Hello, everybody, and welcome into the SFA Season 14 Bowl Season Bear Cave stream. This is going to be the biggest and best Bear Cave we have ever seen, folks. Let me know if you can hear me so that we can get on into this. We've got 23 games lined up for you guys, or 22, sorry, and then the Citrus Bowl a little later on for number 23. Let me mute my phone as we are getting set here. If you don't know what the SFA is, we are glad you're here. It's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can join in at any time. You can claim a team. You can participate by saying your depth chart, saying your playbooks, setting your schemes, hiring coordinators. You can recruit players. You can do the transfer portal. We have a fully functional sports book. We have a fully functional stock market, tons of different ways to get reward players. It's such a fun time. Check out links in any of our descriptions if you're interested to see what teams are open. And if you are watching live, we are affiliated over on Twitch, so if you use a Twitch Prime sub, you won't miss any of the action, and any and all revenue made through this channel does go back to you guys in the terms of a national championship trophy, and we will, unless Jay Jettas wins again, be sending a care package to somebody this season, as I send a trophy, some stickers, a letter from the commissioner, some merch from your favorite school provided by our friends over at Home Field Apparel. They are the best college apparel brand. Get your team's gear 15% off using our code. You can also use the affiliate link in any of the descriptions. If you like paying full price, you can also support us as well. So we are here. I like your joke, Iwi. But yes, bang bang, everybody can see and hear me. A lot of games we're gonna get going, and obviously you guys are playing for a bowl win, yes, but you're also playing for a reward. So if you're in a bowl game and you win, you will receive an off-season strategy. So if you win, you get to choose one of these four things. You can get an early player card for Season 15. You can raise one of your current SFA player overalls by +2. This does not work on incoming freshmen. You can add 40K to your base budget next season, or you can get an additional transfer portal scholarship for this cycle coming right after the national championship. So that's what we're playing on for today. I will be flashing this all the time. Please DM me as soon as you win your choice, or as quickly as you can. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to track you down. If you do not submit to me, you do not get a bonus. So don't be stupid. Claim your free bonus here. But yeah, we've got a lot on tap. We got 22 games, and yeah, we're gonna go in order as they're posted. And Bear Cave, this is the time of year where Bear Cave is pretty much decided, so we're gonna get on into it. We're gonna start out with the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. So for those of you that don't know, if you win your division, you automatically get a bowl game. Air Force won their division at 5-7. They lost to Hawaii in the Mount West Championship, so they're 5-8. Facing Akron Coach Cam, who's completely taken Akron out of the shithole, and they're going to battle it out on the blue turf. So let's get on into this game, and then I'll start doing predictions for we'll do a lot of predictions today. Get those Bobanos working, but I'll do it once we see some major SFA players start playing instead of Akron and Air Force, right? But if you are betting on this game, this is a 4.5-point favorite for Akron, and then for the over/under here, it is 58.5. So Coach Cam, since you're here, let me know, kick or receive, as you are labeled as the home team here. So you'll have your home unis, but you don't get to pick kick heads or tails. You can only do kick or receive. Yeah, you can make comments. People are gonna see your score, D-Sleep. It's just I'm not gonna post it yet. I wanted to get to these as quickly as possible, but yes, I will post your score in your game. The VOD for the watch party will be available a little bit later on, but we are here in Boise on the teal turf, or not the teal turf, the blue turf. The teal turf is in South Carolina, as we've got Akron and we've got Air Force. And remember, folks, all of these games are going to be Bear Cave style games. Yes, you can do uniforms, but only if you're here. Remember, we got 22 games to get through. I don't want to waste a lot of time. So if you're here, I'll ask you, but if you're not, oh well. And I just remembered that I did not switch the time limit on this game, so hold your horses, folks. We gotta quit. Remember, BearCave style is 7-minute quarters for sim stats to be correct. And that's how we do BearCave, so I don't want to screw people out of a bet if don't want to screw people out of a bet here. Nobody has started yet. I needed to change the time limit, so we're gonna jump back into it here. It's not a near disaster. 2 minutes more of some action. Who says no? All right. So Akron wants to kick. Here we go, folks. A lot of games on the line. Yeah, if you're just joining in, I just got past all the disclaimers, kind of explain stuff. Remember, you guys are all playing for off-season strategies. So if you do win your bowl game, make sure to let me know in DMs which you choose. So back here on the blue turf. And it's going to be the same BearCave rules as normal. We will not watch unless it's within 2 minutes. All right, folks, here we go. Postseason action officially on their way. Akron decides to kick, and we are off here in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Let's get it going. As who's going to score first? It's Akron, but Air Force gets a touchdown right back. Akron responds, but they miss the extra point. Already a sicko game for sure to kick off the season. Air Force, though, they're playing well. They're not playing like a 5-8 team here tonight, as they're up 8 here at halftime. As now Akron, they've got to score. They've got to get back into this. They add a field goal. And this one is coming down to the wire. Akron not playing their best. Maybe the extended downtime from the end of the season might be bad news for them as they go on a drive here, and it's 4th down thrown away. So we're going to go one play at a time here because, remember, it is one score, and Air Force gets a touchdown. So back against the wall now for Akron. They've got to generate some score here. They got to, in 4th and inches, got to go for it. Do they get it? No, it's dropped. Unbelievable here. Thanks, Cryo, for the gifted sub to Cam, as he is about to speak L, buddy, as we're going to get a 6-8 Air Force champion, most likely, unless we see some Akron magic here. But they can't do anything. What is Akron doing? And Air Force goes even harder down their throat. No, not like this for Akron. Just no offense to speak of. Unbelievable way to end it here. And Air Force wins a bowl game at 6-8. The under hits. As it was a great start here for the Zips, and then they just let it crumble. No second half score out after a field goal. Oof, outscored 24-3 there at the end. So Jed Powers, he might come back next season, but he went 15 of 45. That's not the way you want to do it. He was also, along with Bryson Wolf, the leading rushers. Nothing crazy there, just no offense to speak of on defense. TFL's couple here, only 1 sack. An interception from Ryan Noble, and a deflection here. And a forced fumble for Dennis Walker. Now, Air Force will now be 6-8. And then Brent Townsend here, 8 of 19. Remember, this is a option offense, as Brian Yates was able to run all over him, along with R.J. Thurman down the throat. Just unable to stop the triple option today. Oh my goodness, what a way to start. Definitely not a pick I had, so we could definitely see some mass movement this year, as remember, all games have been scheduled very competitively. So we'll see what happens. So anybody who is whining about matching up Air Force versus a 5-8 team, get ready to speak buddy. So the Mountain West gets their first victory of Bulls season. That is actually massive for them, especially those of you who are betting on the over-unders. And if somebody does want to keep track of the winners, like for bowl games, that would be awesome. But I can always go back through and figure it out. All right, so our next matchup here in our bowl game extravaganza is going to be Wyoming and Houston. So we're going right back to the Mountain West. And this is, this is a Wyoming team that is just not playing well. This is the SFA A Guaranteed Rate Bowl, as we got Wyoming taking on Houston. So Coach Wind, if you're here, let me know, kick or receive, as we're going to jump on into this here, and we'll do a quick prediction. You guys got to be ready on the snipe here. I'm only going to do a minute. So we're going to do Perry Potts touchdowns. Will Perry Potts TDs. Okay, Perry Potts, will he go over 1.5 or will he go under 1.5? So get those Bobanos ready. We're going to do a minute here. Go, 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 folks. Gonna do a lot of predictions here today, as this is a 4-point favorite for Houston. Well, you saw how that worked out for Akron, right? And then the over-under for this game is 48.5. So the guaranteed rate bowl here. Oh, boy. Not the way the season wanted to end for Coach Wind. However, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Does end up with a bowl game, though, looking for an off-season strategy. Air Force is not a user coach at this point, so no off-season strategy for them. Make sure you guys get in your prediction. And here we go, folks. Sun Devil Stadium. We are in Tempe. Arizona State is where the Guaranteed Rate Bowl happens. Do not see Coach Wind in here, so we'll go kick per usual. And we are off here, folks, in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. How will this one go? As Wyoming, Houston gets to start here. Yeah, we just came from the Arizona Barstool Bowl, so now a couple hours drive north or south from Tucson up to Tempe. God, as we're in the second quarter here, Wyoming still not on the board. There you go. Another low-scoring affair here, 14-7. Wyoming, once again, unable to do much. Now, Wyoming does have Burdett Jones, the freshman All-American. As Wyoming takes the lead here in the third quarter. Unable to convert there. Wyoming, they have a lead. Can they do it? Wyoming, two scores? Wyoming, you can do this. Come on, Wyoming. 4 minutes left, still 2 scores. We'll see. They have the ball. This would be a massive way to end the season for Coach Wind at 8-5. That would be masterful. Remember, we only jump in if it's under 2 minutes left, and a one-score game is Houston. It's 4th down, and they don't get it. So Wyoming takes over. Can they finish it off? Wyoming, interception! And that is going to do it here, as Wyoming is going to get themselves a bowl win. So the Mountain West start now 2-0 on the night. So all you Mountain West haters, holy Toledo, what a start. So we got one score here for Perry Potts. We'll see if he got another, as we got a run from Jamie Breckenridge. And Donald Brown took it away. So it looks like the under is going to hit there. Bacon cheeseburgers for Nathan Cardinals. That sounds delicious here, as Jamie Breckenridge threw it for 46 yards, 1-1. Rushing the ball, 1 touchdown here for Perry Potts. and he couldn't add anything through the air. So let's pay out that prediction here. The under hit. A lot of people went with the under there. And on defense, Marcus Kidd leads in tackles. Adrian Waters has Pud Foxtail. And this, I believe, and Burdett Jones, freshman All-American, he gets an interception tonight. And I believe this is the final game for Perry Potts in his career. Yes, it is. So a longtime SFA player, very good SFA player, is moving on. Is Scott Mitchell, 18 of 39, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Not too good here today. A lot of pancakes. In the Conference, USA and the MAC both start 0-1. Is get 4 TFLs there for Marcus Williams. No sacks. Interception was Spencer Grant. And a couple of deflections here from nobodies and a fumble from Tim Bryant. So that will do it here from Tempe. So 2 bowl games down. Oh, baby. So early stories here is the Mountain West cleaning up shop. So let me know if you're a Mountain West truther. Yeah, let me know what crazy parlays you guys got cooking, what's working, what isn't. As this is the first year we've ever allowed betting in the playoff, or in the bowl games. All right, next up, we are going to go back with the Mountain West. Another game here, as it's going to be Fresno State and Miami, Ohio. So going back to the Mountain West, everybody playing right now, as this is the Patreon Lending Tree Bowl. It's my obligation to tell you, if you want to join Patreon, check it out, patreon.com/the SFA. As we just came from Watch Party, you can get additional content. Watch Party, a podcast every week, as well as a bunch of other goodies. So if you want to join, just check it out. So here we go. So do you have Miami, Ohio, who is the 3-point favorite? Or sorry, Fresno State. So this is Coach N. Kelly, the new coach. He's the 3-point favorite here. And then we've got a over-under in this game of 54.5. Remember, folks, you guys are all battling for an off-season strategy today. Flash it on the screen here. If you win your bowl game, DM me your choice, one of these 4. So here we go. The Lending Tree Bowl. Now, it's always hard to find. Does anybody know where Lad Pebbles is? Feels like this is the middle of nowhere. I can't put my number on this one. But yes, Miami, Ohio does have the #1 passer in the country going against one of the better G5 quarterbacks, SFA quarterbacks in the country. I don't see Kelly in the chat, so we're just going to kick for him. And here we go, folks. Oh, we're in Alabama for the Patreon Lending Tree Bowl. Boo, we hate Alabama. As it is a 3-3 start here. Very low scoring. The big-time offense not doing much. 10-3 now. 10-10. They're trading blows back and forth. Fresno State, though, takes the lead as the Mountain West continues to start out hot here tonight. No scores here in the third. Fresno State extends it. The Mountain West, man, are they going to go undefeated? Miami, Ohio, they battle back here. We're going to start going one play at a time as it is close. And a fumble! There we go. So a fumble now. Can Miami, Ohio, can they capitalize? Can they tie this game up? 4th down, or 3rd down. They get a fumble back to Fresno. No way. All right, so we're about to jump in here. Our first jump in of the season. Fresno State, can they get a 1st down and can they close this game out? Up 7, SFA player Otto Tidwell. You've got Chadley Brown. He gets the 1st. Big play there for Chadley is now you got to start using timeouts. The SFA player putting the team on his back here. Trying to secure the lending tree. Bull, handoff up the middle, and they get about 3. Miami, Ohio, one of the better G5 programs in SFA history. Some great battles with Buffalo in the MAC. Handoff again to McDonald, and he angles outside, can't do much. So 3rd and 7, can we get Otto Tidwell involved, the SFA player on Miami, Ohio's D-line. Chadley Brown at quarterback. Tight end Fred Hart is the X factor, but they just hand it off, and he goes nowhere. Ben McDonald is stuffed, so Miami, Ohio is going to get the ball back with a chance. It's not going to be a great chance as they don't have any timeouts. Oh, we're going for it. Chadley Brown staying on the field. No man's land. They want to get aggressive. 4th and 7. They're going to run the clock all the way down. Welcome in Fresno State. Here to see his team. 4th and 7 getting aggressive. Chadley Brown, can he clinch the bowl game? The snap, Chadley, they bring a blitz. He has time, he floats it. That's a first down. A big time conversion for Chadley Brown. Remember, folks, we got to watch the whole thing, even the kneel downs. So the Mountain West is going to remain undefeated. 3 bowls, 3 wins for the Mountain West teams. So all the haters on the Mountain West, look at them now. They're undefeated. The MAC is now 0-2, and the Conference USA is 0-1 from Houston. So the Mountain West is cooking here early. If anybody picked the over on the Mountain West, you would have been a smart man, as that line was set as over under 1.5 wins. So 3 bowl games in, they are already at 3. Unbelievable start is both underdogs. Air Force and Wyoming win outright, and then Fresno State covers. So if you're tracking your BearCave results, seeing how it stacks up, remember the top, the winner gets the player, and then the next 30 get a share of the recruiting bonus pot. So if you fall somewhere within that top 30, you're going to be happy, and everyone gets more. So you want to battle for every position you can possibly get. So remember, folks, if you do win a bowl game today, send me your off-season strategy choice. Because you win a bowl game, you do get an advantage in recruiting or in your roster build. So +2 to an overall for an SFA player existing on your roster. 40K, an additional TP scholarship if you have more budget than you thought. So make sure to DM me. All right, so how did this one shape out? I just remembered I need to be getting the score summaries here from the actual game. So we're going to go actually a little bit slower, as sometimes the game does glitch. So let's check player stats here. Yeah, we are on 3 right now. Is Chadley Brown, he gets 14-22. Nicely done here today. Decent offensive performance. Nothing crazy on defense. Couple of TFLs here. Tango Siddiqui, your SFA player on the defensive end, gets a TFL. No sacks. No interceptions. 1 deflection from Matt Reed, and a forced fumble and recovery from Neil Bell. For Miami, Ohio, Michael Clark, the leading passer coming into the game, or one of the leading passers at least. 220 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just not the best day for them. Unable to get much going here. A lot of TFLs today, but only 1 sack from William Fulmer. No interceptions on Brown. couple of deflections, and the forced fumbles. Tommy Robertson got one, and Otto Tidwell forced one in his last game, but he was unable to grab it. So that's going to do it here from Mobile, Alabama. All right, so we're kind of moving through these pretty quickly. Yes, Vanderbilt is in the playoff. Last-minute change. Demote Buffalo. Give Vandy the 4 seed. They'll never lose. As always, got to grab my players of the game, and all these will be posted up later. We've yet to have the Tulsa game yet. So I'm going in order of BearCave, folks. So we've only had 3 matches. Now we've got Ball State and Tulsa, 2 teams that lost in their conference championships. So we go away from the Mountain West for a second to see the Conference USA. As you can see there, North Texas did defeat Kansas on Watch Party. So Conference USA currently is 1-1 today. So let me know, Elharm, if you're here. Let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. And we'll do a prediction. How about this? I'll do a prediction every other game. I like that. So we'll do Bradshaw, the leading rusher in the country. Bradshaw, rush yards. Over 124.5, or will he go under 124.5? So get your Bob and us going. We'll do every other game for predictions. I think that's a fair medium. As you got 1 minute here. So Elharm, let me know. I don't see him in chat, so he must be working or something. But we've got Ball State. Both these teams lost their conference championships. They are getting matched up here. And I forget what bowl this is. This is the... We are in the SFA Hall of Fame Hawaii Bowl. Now remember, folks, this game's overlay, it does block the field a little bit in the end zones. It's just a visual glitch. It's not an error. So we'll jump on in here. It will be heads and kick for Tulsa if we get to the coin toss. Ball State, we just saw this team on Watch Party lose a tough one to Louisville. You can only do it if they're existing on your roster. So yes, any SFA player you can give it to, but it can't be incoming freshmen. They have to be on your roster. But yes, you can use the overall boost for in-game recruits. Remember, if you win a bowl game, you get an off-season strategy. I'll post it after I post the games tonight. But yes, it's all on the line here. And remember, these overhangs block this game. So that we're in Hawaii, great trip, but we might get some visual glitches. It's just the awnings. We've done this 10 seasons in a row. Don't worry about it. As we're going to go heads and kick. And here we go, folks. The start here. And it's going to be Ball State not getting an extra point. 2 scores for Ball State. This is a Tulsa team who's been legendary on BearCave this season. They're forcing overtime, it seems like, every week. And here they come. They battle back. Can they get back into this one? Down 10 at halftime. Ball State having their way. And Tulsa, though, they take the lead. This Tulsa team is just too good as they are up 7. Ball State, though, they respond, and of course, wouldn't have it any other way. This is going to be a overtime. What? We get an interception. So here comes Ball State now. They can put some points on the board. First and goal, they do. They punch it in. So this game is going bonkers now. As before we go farther, I just want to remind you, this is a 2-point favorite for Ball State, and the over-under of this game was 47.5, so we've already smashed that. As remember, we won't jump in until we get inside 2 minutes. So here we go. Ball State has the ball. Tulsa still has their timeouts. They've got to get a stop. Can we get Tulsa OT? We got it on BearCave last week, and they get the tackle. No, it's broken. And the timeout is called, but that could be a ball buster. Is Dukes is running it hard here for Ball State. The MAC trying to get on the board for the first time today. Handoff, it's a counter to Dukes, and he glitches back, but they give him the first down. Boo! We do not like that ball spot, as that might have just killed the Tulsa game. And we got victory formation. However, Tulsa can still get the ball back with about 14 seconds left here. So we'll see if they decide to keep going victory. Yes, they do. So Colby already celebrating, but we're a long ways from victory, sir. You still have to take them down a couple of seconds longer. As Haas is playing, we saw him get shaken up in the watch party, and then he threw a pass. Handoff. Dukes, he cuts upfield, and it's fourth down. So 10-second difference here. Tulsa will get an opportunity, it seems, unless they go for it. And they are. Here they come. So this could be interesting. You're in fringe jam range here if you turn the ball over. So getting aggressive, Ball State trying to close them out here. It'd be a cover for Ball State. I think Tulsa was a lot of people's pick. But fourth down to clinch the SFA Hall of Fame Hawaii Bowl. It's going to be a throw from Haas, and he's sacked! An unbelievable play from Tulsa. They have a chance. Here we go, folks. OT Tulsa incoming. Zach is right. It's not over till the fat lady sings. So a couple of yams now from Davenport. As we got Bradshaw in the backfield. We'll see how far they can throw this. A team destined for overtime. Davenport, he dumps this short. They want to get closer, but no timeouts. That's going to end the game. Tulsa, no! The dream year for El Harm ends in disaster as Herbert Davenport dumps it off. I think he thought they had a timeout. I did as well. And that will do it. So I think those clamoring for Rookie of the Year are very quiet right now as Tulsa goes down. So Ball State wins. So we've now had 3 Mountain West teams win in a row. And now we get the MAC on the board. This has been a very unique bowl season so far. The popular picks are not hitting. We could definitely see some massive movement in the BearCave standings. If Mike somehow wins the player, I will be visibly frustrated. Yes, Colby, sir, you did end up winning. And so, Colby, what that means is you get an off-season strategy. So pick one of these 3 things. Now, Ball State is a new team, so you don't have any SFA players. So you can't use number 2. However, you can get one of the other 3. As we'll check out the scoring summary here. A lot of offense here. An 81-yarder from Bradshaw, our leading rusher. We'll see if that holds up through the CFP, if he winds up still being the leading rusher. But a great way to end the year here for Ball State, a 9-win season. And I'm grabbing the scoring summaries in game because they're sometimes glitched in bowl season, so I just want to make sure I have them all. is Herbert Davenport. 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. The freshman may or may not be coming back next year. And 121 rushing yards for Bradshaw. So the under hits, unfortunately. He had an 81-yarder in there as well. 3 yards short, the under hits. A lot of bananas coming your way. He did get 17 through the air, but it was a rushing yard line, not a total yard line. Let's get some TFLs here. A sack from Todd Jones. Oh boy, my favorite player on Tulsa, Ali Boner, gets an interception. Deflection. And then Ball State, the winners. Luke Haas coming back next year. A big-time performance today. 4 TDs, 1 interception. And Kyle Dukes, the senior, over 100 yards. We watched this team on Watch Party last week. They were quite interesting as they did get the win over Louisville. Rory Black gets 9 tackles, 4 TFLs, 3 for Tim Rogers, and 2 for Mike Jackson, and 2 sacks here today. 3 interceptions as well. Walter Heron, Matt Benson, and Lance Robbins. A couple of added deflections here as well. A forced fumble and 4 turnovers. That will do it for you. Yeah, but see, Nick, that's not nearly as fun. All right. So let me get my players of the game. We are now 4 games in, folks. We've watched 2 and we've simmed 2. Some big upsets already. The Mountain West still undefeated. Might be the craziest stat of them all. Yeah, I'm not the person to come to for correct pronunciation on anything. You're lucky if you can understand what I'm saying. As we continue to move on in BearCave. And next matchup up is we're going to start getting into some juicy ones. As we get our first Power 5 matchup, we get Coach Moon against NC State. So we get the ACC debut in bowl season taking on the Pac-12 in the Tax Act Texas Bowl. So, Coach Moon, if you're here, let me know, kick or receive. And we're going to go every other for predictions. It's not Vols. Vols, I can't say Vols. It's Vols. That is probably more of my West Coast. Because, like, saying it like kind of Southern, like Vols, you know, I just can't really do it. All right, I don't see Utah in here. We'll see if he jumps in. But it's kick or receive as you are at the designated home team. This is a 4-point favorite for the Utes. And the over-under is 57.5. So we'll see if Utah, a disappointing season as everybody kind of thought this team would compete for the Pac-12 championship. NC State had a few great moments, however, they did fall just flat. They do have one of the best rushing teams in the country. So this potentially could be the final game for Tokumaha Pakarori, the March Madness reward player from 2023. Remember, folks, March Madness will kick off here in a couple of days for the Sweet 16 and Elite 8. Still a lot to hash out there for the reward player. Vols like balls. No, it's Vols. I'll always say Vols. Not just to make Nick mad, that's just what I go to when I see the Volunteers. All right, here we go. The Tax Act Texas Bowl. I think this is in Jerry's World. No, it's not. It's NRG Stadium, home of the New Heights Classic. So as always, guys, we will start with a kick. So we'll see if Utah can get an off-season strategy. Remember, folks, if you win your game, you get an off-season strategy. I'll be flashing them all throughout the day here as we kick it off here at NRG Stadium. Quick touchdown for Utah. Not much else there next. They go up 10-0, so holding back the ACC. And everybody thought the ACC was extremely strong this year. Not a great start. It's 24-7 in the first half. Utah is cooking here early. Why couldn't they play like this all year long, you would imagine? I don't know. As the third quarter, NC State comes back. Fourth quarter, down 2 scores. Remember, we can only jump in if it's within 1. And there it is. NC State is battling back. This is the Utah we know and love. Only 3 points here in the second half. As they are on the drive, though, trying to run out the clock, but they run into a roadblock. And here comes NC State trying to take the lead on a long drive. Remember, they do have a very good running back in Harrison. As we're going to jump in, down 6 on the drive here for NC State. Can they finish the comeback? Under center. Fake the handoff, get a little play action fake. Floater, he's an open man inside the 10. And Utah calls their timeouts. Moon wants some time here. Is Leroy Smith having a good day? Over 300 yards, no touchdowns. We got a good one going here. And handoff to Harrison, one of the better running backs in the ACC. Second and goal now, little offset eye. Handoff to Harrison, and he's stuffed. Can Utah get off the field? Can they get a goal line stand here? The big nasties. Goal line formation, offset eye. Third and goal, handoff to Harrison again. He has an opening. Touchdown, NC State. They take the lead. So we're going to watch the extra point, folks, as now Utah, they've blown a, what was that? It was a 24-7 lead. Just a complete normal occurrence here for the Utah Utes, it seems, over the last couple of years. We did drop a few frames here, folks, so you might want to refresh your stream. Should be back now. So here comes Tokamaha Pakarori in potentially his last game of his career. I think he's a junior, but he's a 99 overall. Most likely will declare. We'll have to see. At least I believe he's a junior. But here we go. And Kira Streaker, the #1 recruit from Season 13, top of your screen. The deep threat, he does get the catch here. And that's 8. He's 99 speed. Watch out for Kira. So 2nd and 2. J.J. Brown having an okay day. Nothing crazy. Steps up in the pocket. He's yamming it deep. And he hits him. Oh, and he stumbles. John Norwood for 56. What a throw. The Utah Yam is alive. Here we go. Rolling out left is Brown. To the end zone. Touchdown, Utah! A 3-play response. That is not the Utah we've seen, as they will go for 2. Trying to go up a full touchdown now. Dump set off! Oh, it's caught! And he's short. That was risky. Yeah, the question is now, did they score too quick? Everyone's saying too much time, as they're now only up 5. Crazy things happen in this building all the time. Still 2 timeouts for NC State. Plenty of time. But what a drive there from J.J. Brown. All the media heads, all the pundits have been talking trash about how Utah is a quarterback away from greatness. Well, let's see if they can win this game. Hand off here to Harrison, and he's brought down by Tyler Smoot, the SFA linebacker. He has those beautiful shoulder pads, the neck roll. 2nd and 9 now. Goes back to Harrison. As you can see, he's basically their entire offense. 1 minute remaining. Third and 2, toss out to Harrison. He gets the edge. He stiffies a man, and he pushes for a first down. Unbelievable run there. Harrison, 35 touches on the ground, 4 touchdowns on the day. He's soloing. 1st and 10. Over the middle. It's intercepted. Tyler Smoot, the SFA player. And he's going to win the game for the Utes. What a play there for Utah and Coach Moon, as they are going to win the Tax Act Texas Bowl, and they will cover. And I do believe the over hit. Yes, the over does hit here. And this was, like we said, it was a 4-point favorite for the Utes. So my prediction was right. Despite all logic, Utah wound up finding a way to win. As always, we gotta watch the game unfold, since we don't want there to be any funny business in the sim. And Tokamaha Pakarori, if he does not come back, or if this is indeed his final season, goes out with a victory. What a win here for Coach Moon, taking down the ACC, who starts out 0-1. The Pac-12 starts out 1-0. Some very interesting matchups for sure to start the day. And remember, folks, if you do win your bowl game, you get an off-season strategy. So let me know in the DMs. I need your answer before national championships. Ideally, you all send them to me today. So get your off-season strategy in, folks, as it's literally a free reward. Mountain West is currently 3-0. You are correct. And Toko puts the team on his back. Not in that final drive, but great game for him. Oh no, Zach, please don't choke. Zach, please don't choke. Like, I don't want App State to get the player, but I definitely do not want Mike to get back in it. What a throw. That Yam just short. The safety never saw it coming. He couldn't move the hips. Mush got it, hopefully. I'd like to see Mush revive Wisconsin. I love seeing a good Wisconsin. Is Tyler Smoot. He had COVID earlier in the year from that front office story. He recovered, and he gets the game-sealing interception. Oh, Mush Brain checking in. He only checks in when he's going to screw somebody over in a contest. I'm still trying to trade for ETN over here. All right, let's take a look. Toko started us out. Norwood having a big day today through the air. Harrison, it was a one-man show for NC State. And hold up, I got to go back. I got to get that picture, as sometimes the game screws us with the scoring summary, so I always want to at least have the backup here. Utah gets the victory. And some player stats. We got J.J. Brown, his last game of his career, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. And if this is the last we've seen of Tokamaha Pakarori, he finishes off with 162, 2 touchdowns, and he adds 50 through the air. Kier Streaker only had 40 through the air today. It was Norwood who had a big day. 3 catches, 2 on that last drive. Or all 3 on that last drive, I guess. That's crazy. Maybe not. I don't know. Defense, Tyler Smoot going crazy, the junior, couple TFLs. Nazir Fitzsimmons, he got back into the game. He got 2 TFLs, making an impact. The redshirt sophomore. In sacks, nobody, but only interception was Smoot. The deflections, fumbles. Leroy Smith, 1 interception was a doozy, as Harrison got 4 touchdowns. Truly, it all went through him today. And their TFLs, 3 for Anthony Joseph, 3 sacks, 1 interception. They almost had a great comeback there, but just couldn't quite get it done. Pop-Tart Packarori wound up being kind of a disappointing reward player. Definitely out of the March Madness guys, Mo Alley Cox. Obviously, he's in the Hall of Fame, one of the best receivers we've ever seen. All right. I do not add your trophies to my profile. So up next, now we've got a big one. We've got the Gasparilla Bowl. It's another ACC versus Pac-12 matchup. As we have, what is this, the battle for the Golden Shillelagh? Isn't that what they call it, Yui? This one, if you're a Notre Dame fan or a USC fan IRL, this is going to be a massive game. The Union Home Gasparilla Bowl. Yes, sir, Utah held off a late comeback. So, Coach USC, new coach here in the last day. If you're here, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. As this is... Wait, we got to get a prediction going. I can't think of any players on either of these teams. Stevens, the quarterback. What will there be a defensive touchdown? / special team TD. Here we go. Yes or no? Yeah, this is definitely a very interesting matchup. So, Bobanos enabled here. We're doing every other game. Bobson, Dugnut. Oh, well. Nick, just slightly wait. I forgot about Bobson. No, Notre Dame does not have a user. USC does have a user right now. Somebody throw 10 coins on the yes, and you will be a rich man. There you go. So it's a 2.5 favorite for Notre Dame. The over-under for this game is 53.5. So currently the ACC without a win so far. As we're down here, I believe the Gasparilla Bowl is in Florida, so kind of a long travel for both these teams. Obviously way farther for USC, going cross-country. Welcome in, Sir Lax's Brio, UNC coach. 48 hours before you get to speak. First round exit, buddy. Jackie Moon devaluing the ACC. We'll see. Notre Dame, they were ranked for a lot of the year. Struggled down the stretch. Ever since the helmet drop play against Florida State. USC kind of in this LSU type of a era where, yeah, we're in Tampa Bay. But USC's kind of in this LSU just stagnant middle tier, 6-6, 7-5, even though they have a great roster. So we'll see if a new user can help them out. But we're going to go heads to kick. See if the Pac-12 can start out 2-0 against the ACC, as we see the pirate ship in the backfield. That's how you know TC has made it to the field. And nothing doing early on. 3 points for SC. Very low-scoring battle so far. Notre Dame, can they get in? Yes, they do. As USC unable to do much as well. So start of the second half. Still 7-3 in a rivalry game. Notre Dame adds a touchdown. Nothing doing for USC here. Unbelievable. Can't believe that. Is 4 minutes left. Things are going to start heating up here. There comes USC. They get a touchdown. So we're back within 1 score. Remember, we jump in around that 2-minute mark, and here we go. USC has the ball down 5. They tried to go for 2, couldn't get it. So can they get a win here? They need a touchdown. First time we've seen USC all season long. They hand it off here to the right side. and pushing forward, and he's not going to get much. We've seen Notre Dame quite a few times, as that's Rufus Holmes above 100 yards. Going to throw it here, and he hits his man. And are they going to call that a catch? As that's Bobson Dugnut. They do. They call it a catch. The SFA player getting one from Terrence House. So Bobson Dugnut, the SFA in-game recruit. Number 89, top of your screen. House, he throws that to the tight end, and that's going to be another first down for Ken Gilliam. So 1st and 10 here. Great start to the drive for USC. 1st and 10. House, plenty of time. Dumps that off again over the middle, and it's going to be a first down. Bernard Johnston. Notre Dame deciding not to cover a single thing here on this drive. It is currently a Notre Dame cover. Now they're coming out completely empty, but under center. You don't see this look too often. A deep drop. And once again, hitting over the middle. Another big play. Rodney Sanders. Maintaining those timeouts. We're at a minute. USC. The Pac-12. Shocking the world. Split back set here for the Trojans. To the corner, and it's caught. No, incomplete. He led Dugnut just a little too far. Maybe if Dugnut had a couple more inches, he might have snagged that one. 2nd and 10. Both safeties coming in. Looking for pressure. Yes, they're all coming. Free blitzer, and he throws it. Josh Gates. The quarterback makes a catch. He must be an athlete. So the quarterback gets a catch here. His first catch of the day. So we're inside the 10. Can USC take the lead? Down 5. 4 chances at the end zone. Notre Dame dumps that one short. He falls forward and he can't punch it in. The Gasparilla Bull coming down to the wire here. Notre Dame starts taking the timeouts. Goal line stand. Oh, you got to think this is a QB run. And it is. House. Can he get in there? No, he can't. So 3rd and 2. Notre Dame trying to hold on. House. He's going to throw it. House. He takes off. He breaks one. And he's stuffed. 4th down. The Gasparilla Bull on the line. 4th and 3 for the Trojans. House in shotgun. He takes the snap. House. He has time. He throws it short. And it's a turnover on downs. Notre Dame gets the goal line stand. And they are going to win it barring a disaster. Standing on their head there as they hand it off to Siegel, who is smoked. USC still has all 3 timeouts, so they still can get the ball back and try a couple of yams. So handoff to Siegel, he reverses field, doesn't get much. A first down would end it here. USC faint hope still alive. Will they throw the ball? They're going to hand this off to Siegel, and he can't get the first down. So USC will get the ball back. So here comes the punt. Dylan Sarnecki, the SFA player, makes the tackle there for SC. The kick is off. Let's see how far it goes. That is a pretty deep kick here. And a nice tackle. But he's still on his feet. Larson gets a few more. Every inch matters here with 24 seconds left. They got to get into the end zone. The goal line stand the last drive. We are at the 50. You got to imagine you have to get first downs only or sideline work. House. 3-step drop. Throws it deep to Dugnut. And it's caught! Dugnut! 34! They got to hurry it up now. The Yam worked. They're back inside the 15. 16 seconds left. This game is going crazy. 16 seconds left. USC gets another chance. Notre Dame has to come up with another miracle over the middle. 10 seconds left. The clock is running. This might be the very last play of the game. They're going for it, and yes! One play left, folks. And remember, they should have taken the field goal last drive because they could have just kicked a field goal here. 4th and 4. Another chance to win the Gasparilla Bowl for USC. From the 10. House. Throws that short. And that's not going to do it. 000 on the clock. Notre Dame survives again. They win the shillelagh here in bowl season. What a game. Two goal line stands for Notre Dame. That might be the game of the day thus far. Unbelievable. USC has 2 chances inside the 10, unable to do it as Warren Stevens gets it done. So the ACC bounces back against the Pac-12 right after Utah just beat NC State. So those conferences trading blow for blow in a defensive slugfest, 14-9. We got a crazy bowl season going, and we have 22 bowl games on stream today. We are right in the thick of it. We're going to go, and then the Citrus Bowl will be right afterwards. So we'll see how late we go. We've gotten 1, 2, 3 games in a row where we've had to watch the outcome. So with competitive bowl season, a lot of these are going to be close. We're going to have to watch them play out. Settle in, folks. Get your popcorn. As we still got a ton of great games coming. So let's check out the scoring summary. And was there a defensive touchdown? No, there was not. Let me get my picture of my scoring summary. ND was the winner. Welcome in Jay Jettas as Terrence House, 21-36. Over 100 for Holmes. Doug Nutt gets 69. And on defense, a lot of TFLs today for USC. 2 sacks. Interceptions, no. Deflections, 1 from Daniel Brown. And no fumbles. For Notre Dame, it was Warren Stevens, 20 of 35 for 2 TDs. Siegel went over 100 yards. Grant Day, Lauren Alexander, Dan Jolly all getting involved. Tackles, a lot of TFLs here. Any sacks? 2. No interceptions, so kind of a clean game. Just a very good defensive battle. We had the 1 fumble was not recovered. All right, let's get our players of the game, and we will move along here in bowl season. Remember, folks, the CFP does kick off tomorrow. We got the 5-12 matchup and the 8-9 matchup as well. So we're getting all the bowls out of the way today. All right. Next game up is going to be Cincinnati and San Diego State. So this is kind of a dream matchup for elite programs as the AAC makes their debut in bowl season in this is the HRS Weekly Holiday Bowl. So shout out to Rick. This is his bowl that he is named after him. So Piggy, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. San Diego State choked the Mountain West Division against Nevada last time we saw them. This is going to be a Cincinnati 5-point favorite. They struggled early on in the year, then they bounced back later, rattled off quite a few wins. And the over-under for this game is going to be 62.5. So San Diego State taking on Keely Radix. So, see if this one... I'm not sure where the Holiday Bowl is. Oh, yes, Season 8 Citrus Rematch. You are right. That was a Citrus Bowl. Did we have a Cincy coach back then? Yeah, we did. Whoever was captain of Chad Barber. As we are in San Diego, I forgot. So, San Diego State playing a home game in the away uniforms. So this is one of those weird moments where the bowl scheduler, me, didn't realize. Oh yeah, that was when Cincinnati was held off. So a lot of history between these two programs. So we'll see what happens in the Holiday Bowl. Is San Diego State got to play in their own bed, or sleep in their own beds tonight, and they are up 14-7 early. It takes Cincinnati a second to wake up. Cincy, you can't get shot. Oh my God, the Mountain West! The Mountain West undefeated streak on the line here. They're 3-0 to start bowl season. This would be a massive pickup. And it's 28-28 at the end of the third quarter. And Cincy takes the lead. All of a sudden, San Diego State can't do anything. And they turn it over. Uncle Boozer is pissed. The freshman All-American. Can we see San Diego State battle back here? Fourth down. We can't jump in yet. Now we can. 3rd and 2. San Diego State has the ball. They've got to score. We're having some great results here so far. Another classic finish on the way. Split backs here for Nick Reed. You got Uncle Boozer in the game. You also have Vic Wally, the running back, the SFA player. They're running clock here. Hands off to Wally. No, Reed keeps it and he gets stuffed. So 4th down incoming. That's Michael Harrison. That is the Baylor transfer. And watch out for Ike Wishbone, top of your screen. He is nasty in run defense if they run the read option that way. They're going to delay, give it to Wally, and he gets it! A 1st down and more. The delay give works as Jeff McMillan gets it, so I guess Wally is out. No Wally. So 1st and 10 now. Reed. They bring a blitz, he escapes, and he's sacked. So the drive continues, but San Diego State has the Mountain West undefeated bowl streak in the palm of their hands. Uncle Boozer in the slot. The freshman tight end, freshman All-American. Reed it, he escapes, ball's on the ground! Cincinnati recovers, and they're gonna win the Holiday Bowl. If this stands, and it will! They put the ball on the ground, and Cincinnati takes over. Beating the Aztecs in front of their home team, or their hometown fans. Unbelievable way to end the game. Keely Radix, tough start to the year. This team was the favorite to make the playoff as the G5 auto bid. But they still cap it off with a nice victory here, getting the AAC on the board. So they do have to punt it here. Okay, so maybe I spoke too soon. San Diego State might get a chance. Been writing these teams off a little bit too quickly, I guess. Yeah, we got a 12-second differential, maybe 13. See how this punt goes. And they're going to angle this out of bounds. Clean work there from the punter. No return. Coker doing his job. 10 seconds left here for San Diego State. Do they have a prayer? Uncle Boozer not on the field. Reed over the middle, and that's dropped. Probably for the best. That would have ended the game. Seven seconds left. Uncle Boozer back in at tight end. He's in motion out to the slot. Mismatch nightmare. Reed, he's going to throw this short. You got to get out of bounds, and they do. So 2 seconds on the clock. Not many plays in the playbook that you can use where you need 88 yards. So desperation for San Diego State. Will we see a hook and ladder? The Aztecs. Reed, he'll throw it as far as he can. He yams it deep and overthrows everybody. And that will do it. Cincinnati survives. They come back. The Aztecs were giving them the business for the better part of 3 quarters. But Coach Beardcat gets it done. The play of the game was the defensive strip sack. Never saw it coming. So another classic ending there is the AAC starts at 1-0 here in bowl season. Keely Radix is your player of the game. Remember, folks, if you do win a game here in the postseason, you do get an off-season strategy. Make sure to DM me your choice of one of these 4 for next season. A lot of AAC Power 6 chance in here. We'll see how App State does. Because Pac-12's looking good as well. Like, you guys were shitting on the Pac-12, but they're 1-1 to start. USC probably should have beaten Notre Dame there, so. USC just never wanted it. All right, scoring summary here's McMillan got a big play. A lot of big plays here. So no scoring for San Diego State in the second half. Interesting indeed. So Cincy gets the victory. Remember, if you made the playoff, you automatically get an offseason strategy. Is Nick Reed, 170, 282 on the ground for Jeff McMillan in his senior year. Uncle Boozer, what was he held to? 1 catch? Oof, the freshman All-American. 6 TFLs today for Chris Myers. Sack for Carlton Anderson. Couple of deflections, 4 of them. Nikias Bush, the SFA player, gets a deflection. Cincinnati, Keely Radix, 17 of 32, 4 touchdowns through the air. And on the ground, Tyrell Skinner, finally healthy it seems, averaging over 5 a carry, gets a touchdown. Devin Nolan got 2. You got Blanchard and Skinner getting involved. And on defense, Johnny Williams, you've got the SFA player Pieni Litton, the 5'5 behemoth, getting 4 TFLs. He also got a sack along with 2 other men. Interceptions. Ike Wishbone gets himself an interception, the Legion of Dread member. And 2 fumbles, so a great day for the freshman All-American Piene Litton, the Sleeps player. Players of the game. Yep, a lot of Legion of Dreads. 2 of them are in the playoff. We'll see if Poe Castle plays. Still yet to be determined. But Taylor McQueen is on A&M's roster. All right, next bowl game up, folks. The next bowl game up is we're going back to the AAC. We're going to Rutgers and Arkansas State. So, Coach K, if you're here, let me know, kick or receive. As we're going back to the American. And this will be the debut of the Sun Belt, I believe, today. So, kick or receive, heads or tails for Coach K. They'll be paid as we go. So, will there be a defensive TD? No, there was not. So I didn't pay out that one, but we'll go this one. So this one we're going to go with the Rutgers running back, Patrick Sanders. He was in the Heisman conversation. Will he have a big day today? Patrick Sanders. TDs, total touchdowns. Will he get over 1.5? Or under 1.5. This is a Rutgers team that started out very good, and then they just kind of fell off the earth. So get your Bob and Os going. And this is an Arkansas State team that had a very bad year last year. They rebuilt themselves in 1 year from Coach K, did very well in the transfer portal, brought in a quarterback, Jacoby Diaz, and a bunch of rejects, and a 4-star linebacker and a defensive end. So we'll see if they can knock them off here. So like I said, this is a 4.5 favorite for Rutgers, but the over-under in this game is going to be 48.5. So like I said, Sun Belt starting out their day now. See if they can get a win, as Rutgers is the second AAC team to take battle, as we are in the CC Sportsbook Music City Bowl, I believe here in Memphis, or is this Nashville? I think this is Memphis. I believe. Could be wrong. I don't know who Quick Capping is. Nissan Stadium. Is this Memphis? I think so. So I'm just going to go heads and kick, as I do not see Coach K's normal tag here. Here we go, the Music City Bowl. Quick touchdown for Rutgers. And nothing else doing. So no scoring quite yet for Arkansas State. Can they get back into this game? Good matchup on paper as they take the lead now. The defense holding tight for Arkansas State. They actually have the lead at halftime. I think a lot of people thought they were an underdog here. They've had a very good season. Rutgers retakes the lead. And there's a lot of disrespect that was going on at the end of the year against the Sun Belt. So we'll see how they perform today, as that's a long drive and it's a drop. So chance for Rutgers to finish this one pretty easily. Can they get it done? First and goal. 4th down. And we are at 1 minute, so we'll see if they can hit this. 21 yards from left hash to take a 2-score lead. Remember, if it's a 2-score lead, we can't jump in. But we're at 2 minutes right here, so we are going to watch this kick. Yes, it's in Nashville. Gotcha. I knew it was in Tennessee. So Arkansas State, can they get lucky? No, they don't. So a 2-score game now. Rutgers feeling good. Welcome in, Coach K. Down 10. We'll see if you can make a play. We're going back to the sim as you're down 2 scores. Got to get some big plays from your players. Do have a couple freshman All-Americans on this roster, and they get a touchdown. Or a field goal. I guess it's a field goal. So we're going to watch the onside kick now. Arkansas State survive. They got to force a fumble now. A lot of bodies there, but they're saying John Jordan has it. Rutgers looks like they will wind up with the cover as the under hits. 50 seconds left, barring disaster here for Rutgers. They should win, sending the AAC to 2-0. They put all their eggs in the onside kick basket, as they do have to snap it one more time, but that will do it. We always do watch them snap it, because if you sim, then you'll get some weird stuff where Arkansas State will get the ball back for no reason. So we got to watch them do it. Opryland. Interesting. So Rutgers is going to get another victory here. And that will do it as time ticks away. Rutgers wins the game here. We're not going to get any presentation, I guess. Check the scoring summary. So we got to check if Sanders got a touchdown. I don't think he did. We have to get 2 from the Heisman. He was in the Heisman race all season, led it for the majority, and then he fell out at the last second. Wasn't even a finalist. So Jacoby Diaz, the SFA player, transfer from San Jose State, played very well this year. He looked pretty decent. Not so today, but Eddie Wilkins must have gotten hurt. He is a freshman All-American. He will be back next year. Maurice Zirkelbach, the SFA player, and Maxidro Sue, SFA player, both freshman All-Americans, I believe. 3 TFLs for Sue, a sack for Madison, no interceptions, and a couple deflections, and 3 fumbles. 2 of them were recovered. But for Rutgers, the winners here. Sanders, no touchdowns for him on the ground and none through the air. It was John Jordan having his way as Albert Carey, the middle linebacker. Ziegler gets 3 TFLs, no sacks, no interceptions. A very clean game for the most part, besides some fumbles. And that will do it. So let me pay out this prediction here for you guys. The under, only 9% of you. So you guys are getting screwed here on the Babanas. The upsets keep coming. So your players of the game. Thanks, Quick Cap'n. Postseason action, always my favorite time of the year in the SFA. A lot of work, but it is the best time for sure. Rutgers gets number 2. All right, folks, now we're at the point in the bowl season where we really get to those upper tier games, as we have a few great ones coming in. Next up is we are going to the IMP Military Bowl, or the IMP Armed Forces Bowl, so Coach Huey's Bowl. And breaking news about how they're not pigeon tamers anymore. They've got little red men running around. As we're going back to the AAC, so a big string here. We're going to Florida Atlantic, taking on Navy. So kick for Coco, taking on a very talented passing offense from Florida Atlantic. So you can't, overshadow these Owls. but we'll see if Navy can get it done, as Navy is a 1.5-point favorite, and the over-under in this game is going to be 47.5. So the American trying to stay perfect, as the Sun Belt still trying to get on the board this bowl season. No, we are far away from the Arizona game. As we are in Amon G. Carter Stadium here in the Armed Forces Bowl. Cyrus Lloyd, the transfer from Tennessee from a couple of years ago. We just found out today that his friend from his Tennessee days, Dudley Steele, is going to go to UTEP next year. We're still waiting to see where Oregon State will get their transfer from. So don't overshadow these Owls. They are a pretty decent team. Brian Arakpo's last game, the former Minnesota Golden Gopher. A lot of SFA players, though, on Navy's team. They had a great, or not necessarily a great showing, great first half against Army. So we'll see if they can put together a full game, if Moses plays the whole time. Quick touchdown for Navy. They're up 14-0. Florida Atlantic, though, battling back. We've had a lot of very close games here to start the bowl season, and this one looks to be close as well, as we get 3 straight touchdowns, 4 straight touchdowns from Florida Atlantic as we hit halftime. Navy struggling here in the middle. Can they battle back? They get 3. Oh my gosh. Florida Atlantic putting on a clinic right now. But there's a quick touchdown from Navy. They've got to get some stops now. Cyrus Lloyd on the move. See if Navy can get a good big play. 4th down, that's what they needed. So down 11 here, and they went for it. This could be disastrous, as that is going to be a touchdown. So down a lot of scores here. We don't jump in quite yet. We got to see Navy score. And it's just not happening, folks. 41-24. This one looks to be on ice. As the Sun Belt gets on the board, Florida Atlantic wins 41-24 here in the Armed Forces Bowl. So let's take a look, see how this one happened. As it was a good start for Navy, 2 rushes, and then FAU popped off 4 straight touchdowns to end the half. And then in the 4th quarter, it was all but over. Pretty even, but dominated. So no off-season strat there. Torn Comic gets himself a off-season strategy as FAU wins this game. We check out the players of the game as we look ahead to next season. Daryl Moses, will he be the starter next year? Who knows? 18-33. Rex Osland could be back as well. 47 yards. The running game just wasn't working today. Bernice Cesaro doing well. Joe Newberry. And a couple of TFLs. Julius Nambo gets on the board there. And sacks, none on the day. No interceptions from this defense. Quite a few deflections. So just unable to convert any of these into turnovers. They did get 2 fumbles, though. And as we check on Florida Atlantic, Cyrus Lloyd, 29-45, 400 yards and 4 TDs for the sophomore. He is a very good quarterback over there for the Owls. Kind of living in the shadow of CJ Irons a bit. As we look at the defense, Brian Arakpo had himself a monstrous game. 3 TFLs, 2 sacks. The Missouri transfer, Angus Falk, he gets a TFL as well. Interception there for Reed. Couple of deflections. And that will do it. Yes, FAU is a user, not all that active in the chat, hardly at all, but he does participate in the transfer portal, recruiting, and various other competitions as well. So another bowl game in the books here. We are making pretty decent time here today. As we continue on. gonna cop another IGR next year. Quarterback bust. Yeah. Yep, Nebraska coming up. We've got a big-time game here right in the middle of the bowl games. Is Army and Nebraska take on each other in the Military Bowl. And they have gotten themselves a new sponsor. It is the Fort Ticonderoga Pencil Bowl, or Military Bowl, as Nebraska and Coach Chewy will take on MZ and Army, two teams that were win and in away from making the CFP in Conference Championship Week, and neither could do it. So, Chewy, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive, as we are going to get into it, and we are going to run a prediction for this game. And we're going to run it for Ruddy Rogers. Will he complete a catch, or a pass? Will Ruddy pass completions? Will he get a... Will Ruddy Rogers throw the ball here? And will he complete it? We saw him throw it 2 times against Appalachian State. So that prediction is going. Here we go. A lot of money going on the under. Nobody thinks Ruddy Rogers can duplicate it here, as we are in the Military Bowl. Nebraska, tough scenes as they got blown out by TCU. More tough scenes as Army lost 17-7 against App State in a game that they felt like they could have won. So we'll see what happens here in the Military Bowl. We are here at the Navy Marine Corps Memorial. So this is at Navy Stadium in Annapolis. So we'll go heads in kick for the Cornhuskers. They are 2 years removed from a national championship appearance. And a quick touchdown there for Nebraska. Looks like they got a big kickoff return. 7-7 already. Army already matching their score total from the AAC championship as they go up 14. And Nebraska quickly responds. So much talent on both sides. This is definitely a big-time matchup here in the Military Bowl. As 21-14. Oh, man, we're going back and forth. 21-21. We've got a good game coming down to the end. Nebraska takes possession here. We're going to run a next possession, and that is going to be a punt, as we're going to do it again. Can Nebraska score? No, they cannot. So we're going to go one play at a time now as we're underneath, and a long touchdown for Ruddy Rogers, an 83-yarder on your dome for Army. The big play. So now Nebraska, they've led this entire game on their back foot. They are built off the big play, and it converts yet again. Remember, we're not jumping in until we're under 2 minutes. But this looks like it's going to be a big-time game. And it is a 4th down. Big play here for Army. Did they get it? No, they decide to punt. So we're going to jump in now right at the 2-minute mark. They still have all 3 of their timeouts, but Army desperately needs to stop trying to knock off the Big 12 in their bowl game debut. Handoff to Joel McKinley, the transfer from Alabama, playing his final game for the Cornhuskers. He's made so many fantastic plays in his career. Is Jay Cutler yet again taking over for the defense? We're under center, 2nd and 9 for the Cornhuskers. Swain handoff to McKinley, and he's brought down. 3rd and 7 here for the Cornhuskers. Handoff. Joel McKinley has the edge. Can he get there? And they stop him short. A big-time stop for Army. Now will Nebraska get aggressive? Yes, they will. Nebraska can ice it here. Under center. Goal line formation. They're going to throw it. Swain dumps that off to McKinley, and he's going to get it. And Nebraska's going to win the Military Bowl. So in both of the military bowls, neither of the military academies get the victory, as FAU and Nebraska walk in and take a win from the jaws of defeat. Nebraska, though, they were a 6.5-point favorite, so this will be a no cover. And the over-under for this game was, in fact, 51.5. So the over does hit. So one more snap here will do it for the Cornhuskers. And despite getting blown out by TCU, they will get a 10-win season. This would be the second defeat, as Navy also lost. So the AAC is back to 2-2, Zach. Not a great showing. The play of the game was the 4th down conversion there for Joel McKinley. Great wherewithal to not get an illegal touching penalty, knowing where the sideline was. Army, a great season. The best military season we've ever seen, I believe. As I don't think any other military school has been close to a playoff run quite like that. As the Military Bowl is wrapping up here, the Cornhuskers 31-28. So after a down year, they get back to a 10-win season after winning the division. Nice way to go out for Coach Chewy. Remember, folks, as users, if you won a bowl game, DM me your off-season strategy choice, one of these 4. Don't miss out on your free reward. As we take a look at the scoring summary, and what a beautiful play. Ruddy Rogers gets his moment as he gets a 82-yard fourth quarter touchdown to give them the lead. However, they would end up losing, but he still got the moment. So Nebraska gets 1. Now the real question is, did Ruddy Rogers complete a pass? So Julius Swain, 21-31. No, John West is not a SFA player. He's a golden ticket player. So yeah, he would not be eligible. Julius Swain, 21-31. His final game, Joel McKinley, one of the better CPU running backs we've ever seen. He gets 3 touchdowns. Arian Green Davis finally does something as a 5-star receiver. Skip Stackle, transfer from Illinois, going crazy. A lot of TFLs here. A lot of SFA players on this team. This team is going to be good for the next couple of years for sure. As Ruddy Rogers, did he complete one? No, it was Jabari Manning. He took a stab at it, and he couldn't do it. So the under hits on that one. Ruddy Rogers only gets 32 rushing yards. However, he went crazy through the air with 2 touchdowns. And he is a senior, right? No, he's a junior. So Ruddy Rogers might be coming back next year. 4 TFLs, Morton Knudsen. Yeah, so Ruddy Rogers might be coming back. We love a good Ruddy Rogers. He's had a couple seasons end short because of injury, so we'll see. But the Navy fans who came out, they love to see an Army loss on home field. As we get the players of the game, we are trucking along here in bowl season, powering strong. We got 22 on stream today. Remember, we still have the Citrus Bowl coming up tonight between number 17, Coastal Carolina, CJ Irons' final game, taking on Jackie Moon in Florida State, who is snubbed from the playoff. But next up here, we've got what could honestly be the best game of this bowl season if it plays well. As we are going back to the ACC, it's going to be ACC versus Independent, as we've got the AI Alamo Bowl between Coach Ron and Coach Crew. So Ron, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Crew, if you're here, let me know. This is going to be a 4-point favorite for Pittsburgh. And the over-under is 53.5. We're not going to do a prediction on this one. We're just going to hop on board with BYU. Very good season for Pitt. They just kind of fell off there at the end in a very good ACC. And for BYU, they are just trying to grow this core. They got a 5-star running back coming in next season. So we'll see if they can do it. But we're in the AI Alamo Bowl. BYU and Pittsburgh both traveling to Texas, the Alamo Dome. This one is going to be good. Oh yeah, pay the last one out. Thanks for the reminder. As I have to pay out the previous one in order to do the next one. So they will all get paid out. Alright, BYU trying to upset Pitt and make the ACC get worse. They are 1-1 right now, I believe, to start the bowl season. Notre Dame won. And NC State lost. So we'll see what Pittsburgh can do. Heads in kick here for BYU, as this will be the final game for Jeff Pimpton, the tight end from Iowa State, the transfer over. Pittsburgh gets an opening drive touchdown, and they add 10 points. So BYU not doing anything. This is also Ricky So's final game, the transfer from Arizona State, as Pittsburgh still unable to do much. No score for BYU and Fedro Bautista, as it's a low-scoring game here to start in the AI Alamo Bowl, as BYU unable to score. Pittsburgh adds 3 of low-scoring game. BYU adds a touchdown, though, late. Ricky So gets on the board. So barn burner here in the fourth quarter. 6 minutes left. A long touchdown. BYU takes the lead. So Pittsburgh now on their back foot, and the punt formation comes on out, and Jackie Moon hates Ricky So. Rightfully so. Except it worked out because you got Ken Moss, so you should be thanking him, as BYU is trying to close it out here. Can they do it? It's going to be 4th down, as we are going to jump aboard. 4th and 5, they're going for it. So too far away for a field goal. Fedro Bautista out empty, the SFA quarterback. And he throws that late. And it's going to be short, and a turnover on downs, trying to find Sean Brooks. Pittsburgh's going to get a chance. Welcome in, Coach Crew. Off-season strategy on the line. They were up 13-0, and then 2 late scores from BYU completely flipped. But Jaws Patterson at quarterback, Keontae Duckett, bottom of your screen. Corbin Hodges, the tight end. Who will make the play? The lefty, Jaws Patterson, dumps it off short. And that'll be a catch. I believe that's Jeremy McCray, their leading receiver. Plenty of time here, as all they need is a field goal. Plenty of time. Chris Davis gets the tackle. That's not the SFA player, Chris Davis. A 2nd and 2. Jaws dumps this one off short. He turns upfield, can't get there. So a 3rd and inch is incoming. Might want to consider running the ball. Jaws Patterson, one of the safest quarterbacks in the country in terms of ball security, as well as running the football. Keontae Duckett, the possession 5-star freshman. 3rd and inches, they're going to hand this off to Edwards. He breaks a tackle, and he gets the 1st down before brought down by Ozuna. So 1st down minutes are ticking away here at the Alamo Dome. Jaws, he's going to step up, and he gets sacked. They're going to call it a rush, so no, that will not go onto the stat sheet. But Denman does bring him down. 82 yards on the ground here for Patterson. 2nd and 10 now. Under a minute remaining. Still have all 3 of those timeouts as he escapes, and he's brought down again. Patterson unable to get away from the front 4 as they now use that first timeout. So 53 seconds left. You got to pick this up. Safety looks to be getting aggressive. They will bring the blitz. He throws it, and that's going to be a first down to Edwards. And a lot more. He breaks a tackle, but he stumbles and only gets 14. 47 seconds left. They're hurrying it up. Split back set across the 50. Safety's coming in again. They're going to keep being aggressive here from Coach Ron. They bring the blitz. Patterson takes off, and he's sacked again. 39 seconds left. 1 timeout. Trips right. Jaws. He takes off again. This time he escapes. There he goes down the sideline. He's going to get the first and a lot more. 18-yard rush from Jaws Patterson on your dome. So now we're inside the 40. It's going to depend how good the field goal kicker is, but they are getting close to range. Jaws. Over the middle. That's a completion and a first down. Keontae Duckett, the freshman. What a catch in traffic from the possession receiver. As now it seems they might be well within field goal range here. Second and 10. BYU in shambles. They need a stop. 1 timeout left for the Panthers. 2nd and 10. Patterson. They played contain. Phillips. And he's not going to get much. And they're going to have to hurry to the line here. 1 more play before they have to attempt a field goal. BYU could get bailed out here. Patterson. He yams it deep. 101. That was it. The SFA player Ozuna drops it. Game on the line. Who will win the Alamo Bowl? Right hash, a 36-yarder. The kick is up, and it is! It's good! Pitt is going to win! Coach Crew! But 1 second on the clock. And they have to return it here. Broken tackle, and that's going to do it. Ricky So couldn't get it done. And Pittsburgh comes back to win it here in the Alamo Bowl. What a finish. Now, I still think that the game so far of the bowl season is USC and Notre Dame. Surprising, the Gasparillo Bowl will be the best game. Jaws Patterson, game-winning drive here for Pitt. A beautiful way to go. And remember, the Coach Crew, he had to take a punishment last season, or he had to spin the wheel or something. It wasn't pretty. What a comeback this year for Pitt. They didn't have any expectations. BYU had the chance to ice it there, and they could not get it done. The Patterson legacy drive, the first down scramble for 18 yards. Beautiful. You just gotta let Jaws cook sometimes. The hero ball type quarterbacks, you just gotta put blind faith and hope it works out, and a lot of times it does. What a run there. And Raheem Ozuna, he's going to want to have that one back as he had the interception to seal the game, and he completely dropped it, the SFA player. So the scoring summary here is it was very slow to start. Not much scoring at all. As we played a pretty clean fourth. But Pitt and the ACC get their second win. So the Independents will not get any wins this season in the bowl season. As Fidro Bautista finishes his sophomore year, 11 of 26, not much doing for him. Ricky So, 132 and 2 touchdowns in his final game. Love him as an SFA player. And he was very active through the air, as DeKalen Thrust only gets 1 catch, and Lightfoot held without a catch. So the dual freshman unable to do much on defense. Couple of TFLs here. The sack for Sean Howard there at the end. Couple of deflections. This was the killer for Ozuna, the 86 overall man. Daniel Dortch got a fumble. And for Pitt, it was Jaws Patterson legacy drive that got him the victory. 95 yards on the ground. Everybody helping out through the air. And on defense, Rafi Spriggs in his senior year, leading in tackles, getting some TFLs as well. And a sack there for Corey Kendrick. No interceptions on the day. Couple of deflections, no fumbles. It is it's very tough to do, Wooly. Not gonna lie. Great time management, and luckily my job has some decent flexibility. So like this morning, I could go in at 5:30. That way I could be out by 2 so that I can get home in time to do watch party. And trying to get the whole postseason in by the time I go on vacation next week. It seems like the vacations always somehow line up with our postseason. All right, so that's going to do the here. Hold on, I gotta rename it. We got Pitt. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're still trucking away here. Remember, 22 bowl games going back to back to back right now. As we are now about halfway, maybe just slightly over halfway. As we got Troy taking on Louisville. 2 conference champions here. So Airborne, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. As let's go find the Sun Belt. Is currently the Sun Belt is 1-1 in their bowl games. As this is the hashtag Free TC Liberty Bowl, and we are going to get a prediction. And you know what we got to do, folks. It is the Wandale Hootie Fan Club. So Wandale Hootie pass TDs. Will he get over 2.5 or under 2.5 here today? Minute on the clock, folks. Get those predictions in. We're doing a prediction every other game, as the Free TC Liberty Bowl has the MAC champion and the Sun Belt champion. Troy has just owned everybody in conference, lost to everybody out of conference, it seems. So we will see if they can take down Louisville. Louisville back-to-back MAC champions after they got relegated. So here we go. This is a push game, so our first push game of BearCave. So this has a lot of points attached to it. And the over-under for this game, if you were betting, is 54.5. So the MAC, I believe, is still trying to find their first win of bowl season, as the Sun Belt is currently 1-1. So we'll see if the MAC can do it. Akron couldn't get on the board for them. Miami, Ohio couldn't get on the board. So they're running out of bowl eligible teams here. Ball State, though, they did get a win. So never mind. Ball State did win. So the Free TC Liberty Bowl, this is at the Memphis Stadium, I'm guessing. as I don't see Airborne or anybody, so we're just going to go heads and kick for Louisville. Here we go. This is going to be a very interesting one. I always like pairing up teams that, like, were winning the division or, like, won their conference. So, let's see here. Long touchdown there from Troy. Another Troy touchdown. And this is one of the better passers in the country in Curtis Good. This is a team that we just saw beat Ball State on Watch Party, as we've got a great one going. 21-21 at the break. 28-21, folks. 28-24. No, Troy's falling behind, but they score. This game is a barn burner. We've got a good one coming down to the wire. Troy takes the lead inside 5 minutes. Oh, baby. And then Louisville gets a touchdown, a 79-yard run. There's no way. Rashad Neal was so bad. And then Ames, a 96-yard touchdown on the kickoff return. Hephaestus Ames. Just one play touchdowns going back and forth. 45-42. What a game we've got going. Another long touchdown. What is happening? Where is the defense? 48-45. We've had 3 straight long touchdowns. Will we get another one? Wandale Hootie, we're inside 4 minutes, hanging on every play. They had to punt. Now you have to get a stop. Come on, Troy, please. Not like this, Troy. Please. Troy, no. Down 10 as we're under 2 minutes. And they get the onside kick. Or no, they don't. Wait, a 15-yard penalty on the defense. Can they get back? We need a big play. Wandale, please. Please, Wandale. No. Get a touchdown. Yes, they do. 56-51. They're going for 2 to try to make this a 3-point game. 18 seconds left in a dream. Hand off to Ames, and he is going to get it. 56-53. This might be... this is a ridiculous game. Down 3 for Troy. The MAC champion versus the Sun Belt champion here in Memphis. And it's going to be recovered by Louisville. Unbelievable game here. Look at the yardage. Yeah, now we got to decide which one was better. Louisville and Troy or USC Notre Dame. As we got victory formation here, Troy cannot do much. The Troy Trojans, after starting out 1-4, what a heck of a season with freshman Wandale Hootie. They end up winning the Sun Belt. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we got to watch the other one. Yeah, 2 goal line stands. And that will do it here. The MAC, baby. Louisville. They get it done for the Mid-American Conference. They win 2 MAC championships in a row, and they won their bowl game this time. Rashad Neal, 343 yards, 2 touchdowns. Unbelievable. Yeah, there's something about Wandale Hootie and Hephaestus Ames together, dude. Those two are just one of the better duos in the country. But unfortunately, football is not like the NBA. You can't win championships with a good 1-2. You got to have a full team. But nicely done here for Louisville, man. Winning a barn burner. Definitely probably one of the higher scoring bowl games we've had in SFA history. And this was a true push game. So Louisville you get big. Oh, like, look at this to start. An 83-yard bomb from Hootie. 24. They're up 14-0. And then they just clambered back. The big play after big play. And then look at this. Holy Toledo. Witnessing greatness on that one. That's the kind of game where you get sweating in your chair. This is the exact reason why I love the competitive scheduling, because like that's a game we never would have watched in earlier seasons. Curtis Good at 218, 5 touchdowns. Rashad Neal, 343. Unbelievable. 2 touchdowns. And he had a terrible MAC championship, too, when we watched him. He was so bad. This makes sense. Hayden Morris was a beast in the game that we watched on Watch Party. Some decent TFLs here. A lot of sacks on Hootie today. 3. 1 interception. A lot of deflections. If they could have brought some of these else, it could have been a different story. And then for Troy, Wandale, he got 6 touchdowns through the air. An absolute beast. You gotta love Wandale Hootie, baby. As the over is smashed by almost triple. 460. And Ames, he only ran it 30 yards today. He just was catching everything through the air. A lot of TFLs here as well. Sack for Chris Jackson. The interception from Tommy Davis. A couple of deflections. The forced fumbles here. Both recovered. And then we'll take a look at the kick return. Ames goes for 96. Put your stars at kick returner, folks. It pays off. Zach, if you want to commentate a stream, you gotta do it for the Citrus Bowl. Otherwise, you gotta wait till next season. I don't allow guest commentary on CFP games. So you gotta use it for the Citrus if you want to do it there. I don't know what I previously said. I might have only made it the Natty for sure is nobody else, but we'll see. I mean, if he really wants to commentate his game, he can, I guess. Wouldn't let McQueen. Yeah, you have to be an offensive player or a corner. All right, next up, folks, we're moving on. This is going to be a weird one. This is the bowl game. When I was making them, this was a match that I just didn't think quite fit. But I mean, I think it works. Like, this is one of the ones I'm still kind of undecided on if I like this matchup at all. But we got Coach Rick taking on B-Dog. Minnesota, one of the hardest schedules in the country, almost took down undefeated Maryland, and Southern Miss kind of fell off the end of the season. So, Rick, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. As we are at the Duke's Mayo Bowl, as the Sun Belt now, I think, is 1-2, despite having a very good matchup just now. The Big Ten, I think this is their debut. I don't think we've seen the Big Ten yet. Yeah, no, we have not. We've had very sparingly. Yeah, so this is the Big Ten debut. I did pay out. So yeah, there is no bet on this one. So we're going to jump on board with Minnesota. Remember, all the bowl game results will be posted later on tonight. We're just going to get through all of them. This is going to be a very long stream before game day starts. I know we're pushing 9 o'clock for you Easterners. We're going to get the Citrus Bowl. We got snow in the Duke's Mayo Bowl here in North Carolina. We got our first weather game. We've got snow and they are pissed. Getting some frozen mayo dumped on your dome. So I think Minnesota is now going to be favored by 1 million, as this is a 2.5 point favorite for Minnesota. You got to be feeling good with the weather, as this is a 50.5 over under. It's Raying Mayonnaise from D-Sleep. So we got a snow game here at Bank of America. So I don't see Rick, so we're going to go heads and kick. and we're not going to get the toss here. So Southern Miss, they were a surprise team this year. We saw a massive regression coming, as we also have the last game in Jude Abraham, Devin Hester's careers here for Minnesota. So this is going to be a great game. 7-3 here, Southern Miss start. 10-7 here for Minnesota. 14-10. This looks to be a good game. Remember, the snow does favor the run game, so this could wind up being a very equal match, but 10-point lead here for Minnesota. The Hobbs Mayo Bowl coming down. Minnesota pulling away. Southern Miss has to start scoring, and scoring fast. It's not looking good here for Southern Miss. They do add one. They go for two, and it's no good. Got 4 minutes left. They got to force a 4th down, and they're not doing it. A long run and a penalty and a touchdown. No, that's probably going to do it. Can Southern Miss pull off some magic? It doesn't look likely, as the snow may have just been too much to handle here for Southern Miss, as the Sun Belt will drop to 1-3 in bowl games, as Minnesota dominates. Minnesota had a crazy schedule this year, and they wound up 7-6, and they are dominating. This is the biggest blowout in the bowl game so far. A 25-point win here for the Gophers in the snow. So we'll check it out here. It was Devin Hester getting involved, Jude Abraham, both of them getting touchdowns in their final game. You love to see that. Get Gopherd. We don't have Rayshon Gloop in a bowl game this year, so get Gopherd is going to be the mantra. Or get goofed. As Marcus Smith, the redshirt senior, a lot of trash talk about him this year, but 4 TDs on your dome in the Mayo Bowl. Tommy Mobley. And Coach Rick's return to coaching. He gets Mayo dumped on his head. The freak in the sheets in a bucket of mayo. No better combo, as Marvin Irby, also playing his last game, does get a sack. Delvin Blizzard gets a sack. He will be the head man next year. No interceptions. And this will truly now be Coach Rick's team, as the Jay Jetta's fingerprints are no longer on this team. And for Southern Miss, Trey White, we'll see if he's the starter next year, as they have Johnny Ward coming in, but 200 yards. Tybo Rogers, his final game, gets 69 and a touchdown. Larry Toro and Pablo Smalls, he could be back for another year. No sacks today. No interceptions. The defense just unable to do much. Dwight Benson. And that will do it. So, very interesting game here for sure. And a lot of these games have been quite unpredictable, pretty damn close. So, this has been a great bowl season so far. Let me know your favorite moments up to this point. As we see Minnesota gets a win. Chicken chow mein. Yeah, what are you guys eating for dinner? I got my normal game day meal waiting for me after the Citrus Bowl. I always do a buffalo chicken mac and cheese. It's always my game day go-to. Alright, so moving on here. And now we got the Pinheads Quick Lane Bowl. So Coach Penn, his annual bowl game, one of the more highly sought-after games. We're going back to the Big Ten, and the ACC is back in it as well. So I think the Big Ten right now is undefeated. Yes, they are. So Northwestern, a team that stumbled, not really the best 8-4 team you'd see, and the new Boston College coach. Dogwater, I do have a ghost today, but no nerd clusters. Not today. But yes, nerd clusters are the go-to. I really like the blue ones. I was always on the red ones, but I saw the blue ones. The blue ones are really good. I can eat a full bag of those. But yeah, I had to go back to Ghost because my local 7-Eleven decided to take away the sale from the sugar-free monsters. So now I have to go back to my Ghosts. I got my my red Sour Patch Kid one going strong here. And then I got a blue raspberry one for game day. Yeah, I got the blue one on deck. If I feel like I have the energy for commentary, then I won't. I'll save it for work tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll pop that during game day here. I used to be a Red Bull guy. At my previous job, I would always drink Red Bulls. But there's just not the sale, and they're not that good for you. All right, so we're here at Northwestern. Oh boy, I didn't do the prediction here. Before we get started, just who wins? Get those Bobanos going. This is only going to be a quick 30-second one. Do you have Northwestern or do you have BC? Dogwater making me question reality here. Go, go, go. As we are going to kick it. Yeah, the Celsiuses are good, but they are quite expensive. There is a Lonnie. Those ones are pretty good too, similar to Celsius. All right, here we go. Get those Bobanos in. We are off in the Pinheads Quick Lane Bowl. Boston College starts out with a quick one. It's 14-0. A lot of free coins going around. Wait, Northwestern. Northwestern on your dome. Oh, if you were waiting, you just got yoinked. It's 14-14 at halftime. Oh, baby, 14-14. Here we go. No scoring now, and Boston College gets back. They had two. The ACC coming in clutch when it matters here at Ford Field. Can Northwestern, though, battle back? It doesn't seem like it. As Boston College can finish this off with one more touchdown. Can they get it in? Fourth down. Are we going to see a magical play here for Northwestern? Doesn't seem likely, as Northwestern can't do anything. They're on their own 12, and that is going to be a turnover. Oh, my God. And Boston College can't punch it in. What is going on? Just finish them off. Kill them already. Interception! Doesn't matter. Boston College gets it done. The Pinhead Bowl for this season, as Gray kind of popped off. He got all their touchdowns today. Bingo bongo, Boston College on your dome. BC gets a victory. Take a look at some of the player stats here. Benjamin Cross, he is an SFA player, 14 for 30, 2 interceptions. Might come back for another year. Big game for Mike Gray today. He also got one through the air, a 57-yarder on a screen pass. And on defense, a lot of tackles there, 10 for Harrell, 3 TFLs for him and Frederick. 2 sacks here, an interception as well for Brooks and O'Brien. Couple of deflections here, no forced fumbles. And for Northwestern, we knew this team was fraudulent even when they were undefeated. Isaac Harden, the senior, will move on. And Kevin Stewart had a very good year this year, over 100 yards and gets a touchdown. But yeah, we knew this team was fraudulent. But they do have an SFA player on their defense. He was a freshman All-American. We'll see if he pops up here. Randy Wiggins gets a sack. Interceptions. Where is he? Boogie Shamar, Fink's player. He had 2 tackles. He is a freshman All-American, so watch out for him in the coming years. Fumble force for Ben Hayden. And that will do it here from Detroit. Last night in the award channel, so go check out all the awards. The Heisman, SFA Player of the Year, all came out last night. You did receive a ping if you did win one. So we got Boston College won this game. So we're trucking along here. Let's hope for a few more big plays, big moments, as we got some of the most prestigious bowls still to come. The Yam and Cheez-It Bowl. Yes, I'll get the payout here in a second. But But next, oh, baby, we got, yeah, now we're into the big games. This was the last kind of mediocre game as, man, the massive payout is coming. A whopping split amongst yourselves. Was that 50 coins or something? So we've got Georgia taking on Oregon, and this is the SEC debut now. So the SEC hasn't had a game yet. The Pac-12 at this point, they are 1-1. So the Sicko Sun Bowl, the last team in to bowl season. So Dave, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive, as this is going to be a 7-point favorite for Georgia. We're in El Paso. And the over-under for this game is 60.5. So only two non-CFP games for the SEC this season, Georgia and Auburn. We'll see if they can get it done. We're in El Paso at the Sicko Sun Bowl. Coach Dave, the last team in, drawing Georgia, coming off a win over Georgia Tech. Definitely not the way they want to go. But hey, you are bowling. The next team was Penn State. They just didn't quite have the resume. Then it was Iowa. Then it was Missouri. And there's one team I'm forgetting. Minnesota score was 45-20. Minnesota won. Yeah, this is going to be a great matchup. I do not see Dave, so it's going to be heads and kick. So here we go, folks. We are at El Paso. And talk about UTEP getting their QB for next year, Dudley Steele, coming in, the SFA player. We're still waiting for Oregon State's to be revealed. As Oregon doesn't score there, Georgia adds the first touchdown. They're up 14-0. Can Oregon battle back? They've had a very tough schedule this year as well. Gone toe-to-toe with some of the best teams in the nation. But holy Georgia, 27 on your dome in the first half. Not a great start for Oregon, as there is 13 other teams who are saying, hey, I would have done better than this. 41-6. All right, they're making it a game. Can we see a comeback here? Does not look likely as Dick Weed and company for the Bulldogs. All right, they're making it look a little bit better on the score sheet. But this one looks to be over. As, yeah, that is going to do it here. As Georgia gets it 41-20. So Oregon comes back. They avoid a bigger upset or a bigger dogging than Southern Miss. So not the worst team of the day. But Dick Weed had himself a great day. They start out 4 straight touchdowns. Broussard got himself a touchdown. But Oregon definitely deserved, I think, the final spot. So, yeah. Georgia just is on one right now. They finally came into their potential late into the season, it seems. So Sal Easton, 20 of 37. He hopefully will be back next year. Coach Dave is banking on it. He got a touchdown interception today. I mean, this is the Sicko Sun Bowl. We had 2 behemoths in this game. These are 2 very good programs, and Oregon is on the rise, as this is only year 1 for Dave. He's already built up Penn State. He's already built up Texas to be good. So you got to watch out. Is 3 TFLs here for Rashad Bush. He was injured throughout the year. He came back, got 3 TFLs, 2 interceptions, couple of deflections, and no fumbles. And for Georgia, they finished the year. Dick Weed, he got 1 starting year, and it was kind of trash. But he finishes 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, gets his moment here. McBride potentially might be back next year as well. And SFA players, Caleb Broussard, his final game, he gets a touchdown. Sonic Van Eagle, the in-game recruit, gets a touchdown in his debut on Bulls. A lot of TFLs here. No sacks. Interception for Kellen Harris and Brant Jones. A couple of deflections here for Bert Osborne, the SFA player. And nothing else. Goodbye, Dick Weed. Dick Weed, one of those first in-game recruits when I still let some ridiculous names through. I still let ridiculous names through, but not that ridiculous. As We check on the players of the game. And Bo Jackson, not the Bo Jackson, but Bo Jackson gets it done. He had a great drive against BYU earlier in the season. All right, guys, bowl games are starting to heat up. If you've been watching this long, as we're over the 2-hour mark, thank you so much. Obviously, bowl season is one of the best times of the year, but it's also taxing for me and for the viewer, as we do have a lot of games to get through. But glad you guys are here, watching along as we move on. And now we've got a good one. We've got Coach Fed and Coach Cabbage in one of the most surprising matchups of the season, I would say, is the Big 12 is 1-1 at this point. But we're in the Barclays Las Vegas Bowl. Cabbage, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive, since you are the away team. But these are two teams who have been just very mediocre throughout their entire history here in the SFA, at least in the NCAA 14 era. However, this year both popped off. Tails and receive, Savage, Cabbage, let's get it. As this is a 3-point favorite for Auburn, who has struggled here in the second half of the year. 45.5 is the over-under. We saw Oklahoma State give Oklahoma the game of their life in Bedlam this year on game day, so we'll see what happens. They were the pick six and the safety away from winning that game. So we'll see here at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, home of the UNLV Rebels. We'll see if anyone chokes an 18-point lead here today. Oregon got waxed, Dave, unfortunately. It was 41-6, and then you made it look a little bit nicer. Not the biggest blowout today, as Southern Miss got hit a little bit harder. They lost 45-20. But Oregon will be back. They got the opportunity. And remember, folks, if you are a user and you won a bowl game, you get an off-season strategy, baby. My prediction for this game, I picked Auburn in the Playoff Push podcast strictly because of Brandon Price. I think he is an animal. Cabbage, he wants tails and receive. And he is going to get to receive anyways, so there you go. Oh, this is a prediction game. Oh, thank you, Yui. All right, so speaking of which here, we're going to get Brandon Price. TDs. Over 1.5. Or under 1.5. As we've got a minute on the clock. Get going. As we are going to the sim here. Here we go. So, it is not going well over here. I could be totally wrong because I'm blessed, but I think this BC going crazy. Yeah, we'll see how the BCs are going. We've had some unique matchups. The first quarter, though, 7-0 for OK State. There gets Auburn on the board. This is going to be a barn burner of a matchup. As 14-7 now for Auburn. And Oklahoma State gets a field goal. And that, as we hit halftime here, the Barclays Las Vegas Bowl. Auburn takes the lead. Oklahoma State hanging tough as they have the ball. And they are moving it and they stall. So they could finish it now. Auburn chokes. So Oklahoma State has the ball. Remember, we don't jump in until the 2-minute mark. Auburn has the ball back now. And they keep converting. 5-yard penalty on the defense, and we jump in. So Oklahoma State needs a stop. Here comes Auburn. Yes, bet is live while the game is going, but we've got Brandon Price, and he gets one. First and 10 now. They got a first down here, wins the game. Brandon Price up the gut, and he gets a couple. He gets about 5. Can Auburn secure it? First down will practically end it. Price, the transfer from Oklahoma, and he goes down. We'll see if he pops off against his most hated foe when he played for Oklahoma. But a 3rd and 8, they went negative there. Will they throw this? Will Cabbage get dumb here? No, they hand it off to Price. Can he get there? Yes, he does! Brandon Price for the first down is going to win Auburn the game. What a run. Clinches the Barclays Las Vegas Bowl for Auburn, and the SEC is looking at 2-0 in bowl games here as they head to the CFP. So victory formation now, barring disaster. Auburn will come out with a victory. Kind of a low-scoring game, but Auburn does cover. And that will do it. They don't have to snap it again. Yeah, that's an Auburn cover. All right, Cryo, you're up next. So if you wanted the jerseys, let me know. And heads and tails, kick or receive. As Auburn gets it done, the Barclays Las Vegas Bowl is great again here. Great matchup. Oklahoma State falls just short, and the Big 12 now is 1-2 in bowl season. Stequavius Gates on the sidelines. He will be back. Oh, I got you, Dogwater. Yeah, Florida will be up here in exactly around 900 games until next bowl season. Got about 900 games to wait for the all-orange pick. Except you've messed up that program so bad, it might be more like 2,700 games until Florida is bowling again. As you get a long presentation here. Probably until a watch party, Boise. So probably like 20 to 40 to, you know, couple hundred maybe at the most. As the scoring summary here is Gates got a touchdown. Brandon Price only got 1. We'll check the stats just to make sure. But I think that this has, at this point, definitely been the best bowl season so far that we've ever had. Just every matchup seems to be having some sort of interesting aspect to it, which I think, or it's just, you know, a flat-out good game where you can't really pick who is going to end up winning. 4 TFLs for Almost. He gets a sack. Calais Ingram popping off. Deflections, couple here. Forced fumble for Ira Gibson. And then for Oklahoma State, Stequavius Gates, no touchdowns through the air. He did add one on the ground. He ran it a lot today. And Tyreek Asher is a junior, 132 on your dome. Leonard Akana popping off. He's got 3 tackles for loss for Terry Baker. No sacks on the day. An interception for Clifton Young. And a couple deflections. So let's pay out the Bob-and-Us bet here. I beat better against this as the under hits. And that was the more heavily predicted one. We got 19 viewers here. Thank you guys for watching these crazy bowl games as we're coming down to the wire. Remember, we still have the Citrus Bowl, the most prestigious bowl game that isn't the CFP. I would honestly put winning the Citrus Bowl as like just a step under making it to the semifinals of the CFP. I'd rather win the Citrus Bowl than lose my first round playoff game is basically what I'm trying to say here. All right. So we move on Flame is back. Black sailor bear helmet, black jersey, yellow pants. All right. Going crazy. We still got a few games left before Baylor, so perfect time. And Flame, you're coming in right before the real big games start, as these are the ones that always matter. All ranked teams from here on out. As next up, we've got... It's been coined the Fraud Bowl, as we've got Tulane and UNLV going head-to-head in the Latina Juice Gator Bowl. It is Coach Maddox and Coach Cryo. Cryo, let me know. I think you said heads and receive. So let's get it going. No prediction for this one. We'll see who winds up winning. Is it going to be Coach Legacy or will it be Coach Cryo? Both these teams were in the playoff hunt. Both fell flat on their face. Will the duo of Dyron Satterfield and Darren Archer beat the duo of Tracy Potes and Whoopty Tibbs, as this is a 3.5-point favorite for UNLV? And the over-under for this game is going to be 66.5. We are expecting a big one here. My only chance to get an SFA reject is riding on UNLV. Don't let me down. Here in the Fraud Bowl, I'm so hyped for this game. Definitely was a guarantee matchup when I saw it. And I decided to put in the Latina Juice Bowl. Not quite top tier, but definitely an upper echelon bowl game. TIAA Bankfield. Here we go. The Tulane Green Wave against the UNLV Rebels. Lot of storylines going through both of these teams. People are saying UNLV by 40. I don't know. We'll have to see. As Tulane gets the early lead here. Did the Tulane defense show up this week? They haven't been anywhere for the last 2 weeks. We get a missed extra point. UNLV gets the lead now. Can they add to it? Yes, they do. Tulane's got a score here. And Tulane, we are not seeing anything. 20 unanswered from UNLV. UNLV popping off now. UNLV up 20. Tulane can't finish a drive as we head to the fourth quarter now. And that is 33 on your dome. You were right, Zach. UNLV popping off here. Going to get that off-season strategy, as Tulane just took a shit after the first quarter. And there it is, 33-7. That is the biggest blowout of the day, as that is a 26-point blowout. So Archer gets a touchdown. Satterfield adds a couple. Never a chance here, really, for Tulane. So UNLV will finish the season with just one loss, and yes, that loss was brutal. So Dyron Satterfield, 3 touchdowns on the day in his final game in his SFA career. Darren Archer gets 188 and 2 touchdowns in his career as well. Waller, he's a senior as well, so this team's going to look a lot different next year. All of their contributors. And then look at this guy, Dennis, just farming pancakes. 17. Ubaldo Kingsbury popping off, though. He'll be around for a while. 4 TFLs. You got 2 sacks from him. No interceptions. Couple deflections. And no forced fumbles. And for Tulane, they are on the up and up. They were kind of riding a dream season. The freshman, Tracy Potes, as they will finish the year with 3 straight losses. Whoopty Tibbs came back. He ran for 73. And TFL-wise, you get 3 TFLs here. No sacks, no interceptions, a couple deflections, and no forced fumbles. So that will do it here from the Latina Juice Gator Bowl. Darren Archer gets your player of the game along with Ubaldo Kingsbury. So end of an era here for Cryo. Definitely a season, a fun one, and one that you will end up looking fondly of, even along with the heartbreak. As we continue on here, folks. Still quite a few games here before we tip off the Citrus Bowl. As next up is going to be going to the Pac-12 versus the Big 12. Big 12 currently is 1-2. The Pac-12 is currently 1-2 as well. So battle of 1-2 teams. The Serve Pro First Responders Bowl, we've got Coach Logan Radke. Let me know if you're here. Heads or tails, kick or receive. And this will be Chad Blunt's final game of his illustrious career. We'll see if Chad Blunt can get it done, folks. As, we got a prediction going. As we are going to go Chad Blunt. Total TDs. Over 3.5 or under 3.5. He has been playing hero ball all season long here for Cal. Will he do it again? Chad Blunt here in the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl, always one of the more prestigious bowls, normally low top 25 teams. So 24 versus 25, this one was perfect. Chad Blunt's final game, can he take out Iowa State? Now, Iowa State does have Jamar Siggins back. They also have a very good running back as well, very good defense, and very good SFA secondary. So this team is no slouch. So chance for an offseason strategy, and we're at Gerald J. Ford Stadium here. I don't recognize this one. Let me know if you know where that is. It's going to go heads and kick, as I do not see him here. And Iowa State will start out with the ball. Chad Blunt's final game, he was a Heisman finalist. I believe he got second place. Iowa State, quick touchdown. Quick score for Cal. They missed the extra point, of course. Another touchdown. They take the lead. Oh, we're at SMU Stadium as Cal is coming back. Quick touchdown, though, for Iowa State. This one could be close as, yeah, there's just no defense for Cal. Once again, it is all Chad Blunt doing his best. He scores again. Chad Blunt. Oh, no, and they lose it here. No. Oh, man, we got this one coming to the wire. A field goal from Cal. Can they do it? We'll take a look here. Big run there from Sellers, and they add a touchdown. Oh, no defense being played here, folks. Iowa State gave us one of the best game days of the season. Can Chad Blunt come through? He doesn't. They have to punt. So now we got to rely on the defense, and they do it. Chad Blunt, please, please mount a drive. No, it's fourth down. No, they're going to punt it, and we can't watch. No! And we finally get to jump in, but we got to get a Cal stop, please. We got to get some Chad Blunt legacy drive, please. Not like this. Not like this. Jamar Siggins, he keeps it. Jamar Siggins, no. And one more first down will do it. Please, Cal, get the ball back. Please, not like this. Fumble it. Kennard Sellers gets 2. And I love Logan Radke. It's just I love Lore more. Come on. We need a strip. We need a Chad Blunt legacy moment. Iowa State going bonkers here. Hand off to Kennard Sellers. To the outside. It could do it. And it does. Iowa State ends Chad Blunt's career here in the First Responders Bowl. Yeah, we just got too lucky with Colt Brennan last season. You know, the Hail Mary, his last play of his career. There's a reason, you know, Garrett Grayson's last play was a pick to Minnesota, right? It's so hard to do in the bowl games. That's why when it happens, it's so great. As we get victory formation, a very well-fought victory for Iowa State as they will finish the season in the top 25, which is always a nice little bonus. So 3rd and 15 now. Last snap. And there it is. Iowa State wins their bowl game. Coach Logan Radke gets himself an off-season strategy. Remember, folks, if you win a bowl game, you get an off-season strategy. Make sure to DM me one of these four. You can get an early player card next season. You can raise overalls of your SFA player. You can get a recruiting budget bonus, or you can get a transfer portal bonus for this season. And folks, we still have the Citrus Bowl coming up here after a couple more games. And full highlights of BearCave, and I don't know if I'll do I might do a video for the for bowl season BearCave, but highlights should be available tomorrow, or post in the Discord. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do still, got a lot going on. First pick in the draft? Bro, there's no one is going to be a better first pick than than a Chet Doge. He's like the most guaranteed thing. Except he's a receiver. So it really, if you have to go QB, there are plenty of options. I mean, Flynn Saunders might end up being the best option out of all of them. All right, let's check out the player stats here. As Iowa State gets it done, Jamar Siggins, game coming back. He finished the year with an injury, but finishes his career 398, 4 touchdowns. The Missouri transfer. Kennard Sellers, 94 yards and a touchdown. He should be back next year. Bird had a great day. Then on defense, the best linebacker in the country finishes his season with a TFL and a sack today. Stevie Scumbag, the former reward player. Interception for Richie Boots, so Chad Blunt did throw a pick in his final game. All right, let's see the stat line. Chad Blunt, his final career game, 23 of 39, 319, and a touchdown. And on the ground, he hit the over! Chad Blunt always delivers, baby. 3 rushing touchdowns on your dome. Count them. 4 touchdowns. The over hits. Chad Blunt giving us some electricity here in his final moments. Blunt on your dome, baby. Absolutely, Yui said it. Believe in the Blunt. It will always deliver. As he spread the football around. But once again, this team just, completely has been gutted from previous years when they made the playoff. It was just a solo season here for Chad Blunt, and he couldn't get it done. Couple of fumbles. Yeah, Blunt got it done. He was hero balling it all the way to the end. Just never got back on the field. You got to think if he would have touched the ball, though, he would have won. But a big win for Iowa State, man. The way that season was going, it was not looking good for a while, but finished out strong. Once again, winning these upper-tier bowl games is massive, man. Like, these are great seasons. Like, I know we focus so heavily on playoff success here in the SFA, but consistently winning these top bowl games are so tough to do. As now we've got a big one. A big one going here. Where are they? We've got Louisiana at home, taking on Hawaii and Coach Woolley. Woolley, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. No prediction for this one, but The red-hot Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, the dream team of sorts, Joe Webb's final game, taking on Louisiana, finally putting together a decent season with an insane roster. So can Hawaii get it done here? We're pushing 3 hours, folks. Remember, we still have the Citrus Bowl coming. I know it's a little bit late for some of you East Coast people. VOD will be available right after it's done. Highlights will be available tomorrow if you can't watch live. But that's going to be a great game. But can Joe Webb and company keep it rolling? Hawaii, number 21 in the country after starting out 0-3 against some of the hardest out-of-conference games you'll ever see. We're here in the Superdome, Louisiana's backyard, at the Sleepers Peepers R+L Carriers Bowl. And I do not see Wooly, so it's going to be heads and kick. Yeah, this is one of those games that's just completely up in the air. If you are betting, though, it is a 7-point favorite for Louisiana just because they are, the home team. So we'll see what happens. Louisiana starts out with a touchdown, but Hawaii comes back, baby. Malika Fruz, they are healthy, they are here, and they are eager to win. 17-7 on your dome. Are the Rainbow Warriors for real? The Mountain West has shocked the world today. 17-14. I think they still only have one loss. As we're into the third quarter, Hawaii is hanging tough. They're up 10. Louisiana gets the field goal back, so we're down to a score. And they add another! A big play there. Can Louisiana fight back? No, they don't. They can really hammer it home for the Rainbow Warriors. Are they going to? Yes, they do! The Rainbow Warriors are blowing them out. 37-17. Are they going to add insult to injury here? No, they don't, but a 20-point win for Coach Woolley in the New Orleans Bowl. On your dome, folks. A big second half. Malika Fruz, a couple of touchdowns. As everybody in the Mountain West is doing well today. As I think that does wrap up the Mountain West. We'll have to check how they did in bowl season, but I'm pretty sure they only got one loss. The Rainbow Warriors get to 10 wins. As Joe Webb, his final career game, absolutely sloshed them. 22 of 33, 4 touchdowns. Joe Webb didn't get a touchdown there, but throwing the ball, a Fruz did it. Oh, baby, Axel Brooks only 1 catch. And then on defense, Marvin Moss continuing to be dominant. 3 TFLs for him. A sack for Doyle. No interceptions. No deflections. Kelly Kachuk gets 1, though. 3 fumbles. That might have been the game. They only got 1, though. And then for Louisiana, they struggled even against Tulsa. Brooks White unable to do much here. And Melvin Young got 2 catches for the 99 overall. And then on defense for them, Wagner got 12. Couple of TFLs here, Alfred. Couple of sacks. An interception, no. Deflections, yes, for Preston. And that will do it here. So we got to check on the Mountain West. I'm pretty sure the Mountain West just had a Linsanity run for the ages here in bowl season. They might have just won Bowl Mania. As I can't imagine anybody else went perfect. The SEC went 2-0, but they just didn't have enough games. So the Mountain West here, after all the jokes, they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-0. No, 5-1. San Diego State, the only team to lose. They go 5-1. Everybody wins. Unbelievable. And as we move on, we only have 2 games left here, folks, on the BearCave stream, as we are now going to go to one of the most, deepest lore games possible here. This is the Yamin Cheez-It Bowl, one of the most prestigious bowls out there, folks. Or no, sorry, yes, wait. Yeah, this is the Yamin Cheez-It Bowl, and then we have the Outback Bowl to end it, yes, okay. So, Michigan, these 2 teams faced in Season 7, the first year we ever had gameplay. Baylor was driving down with Teddy Bridgewater, gonna win the game. All they needed was a field goal inside the 20, and Teddy Bridgewater threw a pick, which sent Michigan to the Orange Bowl, who then lost to Iowa State on a fumble. So, this is a lot riding on this one. Flame desperately wants that run back. So, you wanted black Sailor Bear, if it's available. I don't know if we have the black Sailor Bear here. It might be the yellow Sailor Bear. Yeah, I don't see black. Yeah, wait, we have black Sailor Bowl. And then we want black jersey. And then we want yellow pants. There we go. That's what we want. Tails and receive. Perfect. So Flame comes in. This is a push game between Michigan and Baylor. Baylor just missing out on the Citrus Bowl, but still gets the second most prestigious bowl in the Yamin Cheez-It Bowl. This bowl always delivers a big-time game, and the over-under is 59.5. And we do get a prediction for this game. We didn't on the last one, so we are going to predict James draws TDs, the running back for Michigan. He's an SFA player. Is he going to go over 1.5 or will he go under 1.5? So the running back, you got 1 minute to predict. Here we go, folks. The biggest games here. Baylor and Michigan. The Yamin Cheez-It Bowl. What a matchup. The Bum Bowl. You see the BU versus the M. This is the Bum Bowl. Oh, Baylor is ready. Back under the helm of their chosen victor. This is Camping World Stadium here. The Yamin Cheez-It Bowl will be back in the stadium for the Citrus Bowl here in a little bit. So he wanted receive. So Flame, here you go. You're receiving the kick. And we are off here in the Yamin Cheez-It Bowl next quarter. What will this great matchup have in store for us? 3-0 here for Baylor. Before Flame really gets his hands on this roster again, as they're up 10-0 now. 17-0 on your dome. Michigan are frauds. 24-0. No wonder we didn't have them in the playoff conversation. Oh my god, 31-0 on your dome. Can we get a BearCave shutout? They are only 1 quarter away. Can Baylor get the shutout? No, they can't. Boo. Michigan, boo. As it's 45-6, the biggest blowout of the day. Baylor dominates. Flame doing his thing. The sleeping giant with a 39-point victory. Weber popping off. Unbelievable. 45-6, man, on your dome. It's impossible for draws to get over 2 touchdowns with that. Baylor just dominating the game here. So Eric Morris, 4 touchdowns in his final game. Remember, they will have a new quarterback coming in. Silva and Callahan doing double duty. Monroe Rosecrans, the only player that he brought in, was 7 pancakes. 3 TFLs here for Russell. We got a couple of sacks. Interceptions here. We got 3 of them. Some forced fumbles. And for Michigan, it was just not a happy day for them as Jamie Love got hurt at some point. Hodges came in, 3 interceptions, not the day that they were hoping for. Draws got hurt at the start. This is just went bad for worse. Michigan has been one of the more fraudulent teams in the SFA in the last couple of years. No sacks. They did get an interception. It was Patrick Concepcion. And then a couple of deflections, and that will do it. And we finally made it 21 down, 2 to go. We've got the Outback Bowl, and then we got the Citrus Bowl, which will be a full game day game on a very long day of streaming here. But we are killing it. We are still going strong as Baylor gets it done. Flame is officially back in the win column in bowl season. On the prediction, no, he did not. That is going to be under as he got hurt at the start. No touchdowns. They only had 6 points. So that's an easy banana. And the last game of this stream is going to be the Outback Bowl. And this is the farewell game for one of the most lore-heavy SFA players in history, Josh Gamara, Mike Wishbone, this entire team. So, Dogwater, are you here to witness history? Ohio State taking on Arizona. Josh Gamara, his final game, they choked away another playoff bid, losing 2 weeks in a row to Arizona State and Washington, and it leads up to this. We're not doing a prediction for this one. We'll come back for a prediction in the SFA, what is that, the Citrus? But we're here back at Raymond James for the Outback Bowl. Between Arizona and Ohio State. Ohio State was the second team out. Arizona wasn't considered. Last chance for a Gamara line. Boo. Alright. Gamara INT. Yes or no? You only got 30 seconds on this one. Go, go, go. Got 20 viewers this late into a 3-hour stream. Why not? It's Gamara. As we're here, Raymond James Stadium, man. One of the most lore-heavy players out there. This is CPU versus CPU team, so nothing on the line. Here we go. Ohio State, a worthy adversary. 7-0 for Arizona. Nice start. Ohio State unable to do anything. So the defense showing up here early for Arizona, but the offense sputtering per usual. They do add a field goal. Can Ohio State get back into this? I want Ohio State to do well, though, because I want to watch the ending. Please. Quick touchdown there for Ohio State. Here they come. No. Arizona, stop being good. Please, please, I want to watch this. Yes, yes, yes. Next possession. No! Oh, wait, we're still there. 13 minutes left. We need a hero game here from Lance Malone, the freshman. In 4th and 9, it doesn't look good. No. Why are you doing this to us? No. Give us what we want. Give us a Josh Gamara legacy drive. Okay, here comes Ohio State. We can't jump in yet. No, we cannot. And that is going to be a turnover. So Arizona shows up when it matters the most here. Unless we get a minute. Hold on. Can we get a one play score? It's got to be a long one. Doesn't look like it's going to happen here. And that will do it, folks. Josh Gamara gets a win in the Outback Bowl finally to end his career. He goes out on top, people. The people's champ. My pride is on the line. He ends up winning it. He got a touchdown pass to Mike Wishbone there. He got one to Pleasant. Dallas Jacobs, a 75-yarder. Gamara also gets a run. So hero ball here for Gamara, being involved in all 3 touchdowns. As Terrell Flowens does get a touchdown here. And his last game, Josh Gamara, 13 of 19, 210 yards, no interceptions. Oh my god, he goes out without a pick. I am sick. He also had 17 rushes. He just kept that ball himself, going for a powerful 2.2 yards a carry. Mike Wishbone is a senior. He gets just under 100 yards, 7 receptions, 1 touchdown. And Craig Scotland, 10 more pancakes for him. He is yet to allow a sack this year. TFL's couple sacks, only 1. No interceptions. Nothing from the defense. And how about the freshman from Ohio State, Lance Malone? What a year. He battled some injuries. He does get 1 touchdown today, 150 yards. He does go 12 of 30. So we'll see what he is able to do in his career. Can he build Ohio State back to being a very good team? We will see, but he is their QB of the future, it seems. Dallas Jacobs, another great player. 151, he's gone. Terrell Flowens will be back. 4 guys in double-digit tackles. A lot of TFLs here. We got a sack here from Jamal Parker. Deflection. And that will do it here from the Outback Bowl. And folks, that is going to end a... Wait a second. I got to get the scoring summary. Hold on. Hold the line. And then we also got to make sure all the bowl games are done. Ohio State gets it done. So a 3-hour BearCave stream here. It's nice to know that this stream, if we do all the bowl games, is going to take about 3 hours. That will help me for planning in the future. It is going to be a bit of a late night for the Citrus Bowl, but that's what we love, folks. So buckle in. It's going to be great. Let's see the players of the game. Josh Gamara gets himself a player of the game and an Outback Bowl in his final game here in the SFA. Fortunately, he couldn't make the playoff, but you know Josh Allen was never going to make the playoffs, as it is all OSU on your dome. So thank you guys so much for watching. We did 21 bowl games on stream. BearCave is going to come down to the CFP, it seems. We'll have to see. But did we do a prediction? Let me pay that out. 18 of you guys said no, or 18% at least, so we'll pay that out heavy. So before we leave, let's just check in on the bowl games. So we have playoff game, playoff game, playoff game, playoff game, placeholder, placeholder, placeholder. All these results. Citrus Bowl coming up. Placeholder, 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 placeholder. Okay, perfect. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching that slog. I hope you enjoyed it. VODs and highlights will be available like normal, hopefully tomorrow. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will be back here shortly for the Citrus Bowl. I hope you guys join.